It's the Social Jenkins podcast.
What's going on, y'all? It's Sean P. back again with another episode of the Social Drinkers podcast. Now, we have a special crossover event tonight. We got my boy KT in the back. Y'all normally see KT over here, spitting his truth or whatever it is he has to say. But tonight he's on the technical side. And across from me, we have my boy Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear, tell him about yourself, bro.
Hey, I'm Sugar Bear. I run a podcast out of Cigar Lounge called Bring It to the Table. Thank y'all for watching.
Cigar Lounge, that's in Houston?
Yes, in Houston, some Maduros off in Nassau Bay and Bay Area.
Outstanding. Now, this is where it's going to get a little bit more interesting. So you're going to see a lot more Sugar Bear. To my right, we have the Honorable.
I'm Zenashe. I'm a podcaster, author, spoken word artist. I do have a podcast called Zenergy. And I have 4 books on Amazon, so, you can follow me.
Okay.
Hey, y'all, I'm Erin Simone, certified life coach, mental health professional, founder of the Blue Heart Project, and also the creator of the podcast, Wisdom for Women. Y'all can subscribe my YouTube channel, please, and thank you.
My name is Daquan White. Everybody knows me as Lead Motivator. You can find me as Daquan White on Facebook, Lead Motivator on Instagram. I'm a young entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, and I'm a community activist. I have a clothing brand, a trucking company. Now I just closed down my club in North Carolina. And yeah, our nonprofit organization is also based out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
So you finna be a full-time Houston resident in a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, real soon.
All right.
Real soon. I love it out here.
So if y'all been liking our content, need you to like and subscribe. We're getting some decent views. We're getting a lot of feedback, especially on TikTok and Instagram. But what's going to really help us out if you guys hit the like button, but more than anything, subscribe. Once we get to a certain point, there's really a whole lot more than we can give you. Been working with Eris a whole lot lately, and she's coming into her own. We are affiliated. You can check this episode out on the
Wisdom for Women platform.
Okay, which is
On YouTube.
YouTube. What's the name of your channel? Bring your mic
Real
up.
WFW.
All right, bring your mic up when you talk.
The real WFW.
Outstanding. All right, so we finna get it cracking.
Oh, let's do it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fired
so
up.
I'm not used to running the show, so I hope I can keep it organic. We don't have the normal adult in the room, Sean, to keep us on track, but especially with Zen, we've had some interaction via text message and also on your TikTok, about certain things in regards to male and female interaction.
Yes, we have.
To put it nicely, with Eris and Daquan and especially Sugar Bear, we've had other interactions. So the thing is, right now we have a varied opinion about a lot of stuff as far as male and female relationships. Right now, it seems like we're on the cusp of a gender civil war. There are varying degrees of understanding, expectations of what we expect out of relationships, what's expected out of specifically the black man. I don't want to exclude any other male, but we've had an interesting last couple of weeks. Do y'all agree about that?
Yes,
A very
definitely.
a telling and enlightening situation. So let's start off kind of light. We're gonna do some softball questions.
Because we can start.
We gonna start off light.
I was gonna say, man, take pressure to make diamonds, man. So
I
it's
got
all
you.
good.
I got you.
whatever. Hey,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
it's
ready
we're
to
gonna
start
ease
it.
into it, also you don't want to take a old Buick like myself and just
Yeah, you got to wind you
yeah,
up.
so you got it's mainly for my benefit. They rearing to go. They right before they let the bull out and the heat in that bitch. So that's what it is. Okay. I'm gonna throw this one to Eris real quick.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
What do you expect out of your mate? Now, when I say mate, I don't mean that somebody you're married to, not somebody that you consider to be your boyfriend, but you're in the courting process of getting a relationship started. What are some of the first things that you look at, and what else do you expect, and what do you think are automatic red flags and why? And then everybody else wants y'all to kind of follow up or feed into what she's saying. It's all good.
That's
That's not heavy.
Heavy.
To sum it all up, I kind of just look for 3 questions to be answered. Number 1, what's your relationship with God? If you don't have that as a source, when we have a problem, you're going to go to the streets. You're not going to go to him. And I believe that I'm a goddess, so it's kind of like...
Is there no middle ground?
Not really. No,
So we're not seeing eye to eye. I go to the streets and not. I go and.
With men?
Yeah.
No. It's either or.
I'm not.
I mean, they may go to their homeboys and their homeboys. I'm like, man,
Do you really believe? Do you really believe? Do you really believe men think and speak like that to each other?
in my generation?
No, don't say that.
But it's a difference, though.
No, I'm asking. Do you really feel like if I go to KT and I tell him an issue I'm having with my woman that he's gonna tell me fuck that bitch?
I don't know his character for me to even say that.
Well, I'll say this. At least from my experience, I don't hang around bullshit ass niggas.
Okay.
But it's, oh man, why do you feel that way? Never have I gone to one of my homeboys with an issue with my woman and he's like, fuck that bitch. 9 times out of 10, he's like, man, what did you do?
Yeah.
And so one thing I can say about men, and I'm gonna let you cook because I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just want you to understand a certain aspect. We don't let each other get away with shit. The reason why that is, it's not because we're superior. We're just so moral. If you're a man of a certain caliber, we can't risk having a bullshit nigga in our circle. And if you fucking up,
But you saying that as a grown man, though.
I'm not saying that as a grown man, it's always been that way. But anyway, go ahead. Tell me what you think.
So to go back to what I was saying, that's the first question I look to be answered, because it's really important, you know. Second question, what are your values, your moral compass as a man? You feel what I'm saying? Because all of the aesthetics can be stripped away at any given moment, and your character is going to determine how you're going to treat me. You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Got it.
And then with that as well, just like, okay, talk to me about if you were stripped of everything. You feel what I'm saying? Like, how do you handle pressure? How do you, how do you handle the different seasons of your life? And what do you also look for your helpmate to be?
Okay.
So I think we living in a time where people not dating who they need to be dating. Everybody just going for what they want. Nobody going for like what they need. You feel what I'm saying?
I get it.
So it's like the reality is some things that work for certain men don't work for other men, and vice versa for us as women. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody, as far as my generation, want to date a man that's successful and that has a certain, financial status, but do you really understand the level that you need to be on, like, in your life to even be with him? So that's kind of just like what I look for in the grand scheme of things. I look for the character. I look for who you are at the core. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's who I'm laying down with. Like, I'm not laying down with your cars. I'm not laying down with your chains. I'm not laying down with your designer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. You feel what I'm saying?
You left out sneakers.
That's, I feel like,
Hey, T. I'm trying to get this. Go ahead.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, so I think that kind of answers your question. What was the other part? I think that was the whole thing.
No, it was other part of the question he asked. What was
the
it?
other part?
I can't think what you said.
What else you have to say?
What do you look for? What do you expect? What are red flags?
What are red flags?
I look for chivalry. I look for you to be a gentleman. I look for you to be kind.
What's the definition of a gentleman?
A grandma baby. Nah, just
You don't want that.
Yeah.
I'll take
It
a
depends
piss
on
out.
your
I'm a grandma
definition, you
baby,
know what I'm saying?
man.
'Cause we're working with different definitions of words as well, and that's something that we can get into later on.
Okay.
We're literally working with different definitions to words. But when I say gentleman, I mean just like stuff you supposed to do, like
Take
What
the
are you
trash
supposed to
out.
do?
take the trash out, open the door.
That's not a gentleman. That's an adult.
Okay.
Ooh.
See, I'm up
I feel like it depends though. I feel like it depends. Like opening the door, taking it, like that goes into gender roles a little bit too. So it's just like as a man, like it's certain things that a woman is kind of expecting you to do, You feel what I'm saying? If you conform to that, that's cool. If not, that's not a lady for you. So I feel like in her eyes, it may be seen as a gentleman because another man might not do it. I know men who don't take the trash out. You feel what I'm saying? They're not in my circle. You feel what I'm saying? Because we don't do that. I know men that don't open the door. I got a lot of friends who don't open no woman door. You feel what I'm saying? They just hop right in their car. You feel what I'm saying? So
we've talked about this on the show. I'm not finna walk all the way around the car necessarily and open the door for you. Now, if that's something that you require in a relationship and I know it's important to you, I'll do it. But that's not my inclination just to waste time and walk past the driver's side of the door, go open your door. So back in the day when you had to physically put the key in, unlock that bitch, it's a little bit different. I'm walking around, open your shit first, and I'm walking around, you reach over, unlock my door. But right now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than being a gesture.
Right. It's about gestures.
But if you do it all the time, it becomes unimportant. It becomes routine.
But see, it depends on the type of woman that you're dealing with, though. Because, you got to think about it like as a woman, and if we talking about the idea of like,
Tradition versus modern.
not even tradition versus modern, just the idea of like
Thoughtfulness.
not even that.
Okay.
Well, spit it out in there.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like us like being turned on by you starts very early in the day.
Okay.
So like you doing nice gestures throughout the day. Ooh, okay, you feeling me today? I might gotta yeah, later. But if you just kind of frolicking throughout the day and treating me like I'm just here or like I'm just the homie, it's like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying?
So it's an attention thing ultimately.
It's been intentional.
So, and the thing is, from man to man, from woman to woman, those things can change. Is there a standard? That's what I'm getting at. That you want, that you think that every man should maintain outside of doing the little things that you like.
I would say this to answer your question, because I feel like that's subjective. Based
Absolutely.
on who you're dating and who you are. So I'll say this for me. Don't ever introduce me to a vibe that you cannot maintain.
Outstanding. I love it. Okay.
If you're not really a gentleman, please don't come in here for the first 90 days like you at a job trying to get your benefits. Like you this man that you're not.
Sugar Bell. I'm
I
sorry.
don't like facades. You feel what I'm saying? Like be who you are. Like I'm not even the type of woman that's gonna sit here and tell you like, when a man be like, oh, so what you like da, da, da. I'm not gonna tell you none of that.
No.
You want him to figure it out?
Be who you are so I can see if you're for me. I'm not about to give you the blueprint to access.
It's not a blueprint.
It is a blueprint.
So you think it's a blueprint as opposed to a guide to, if you buy something of an electronic device and it has some basic
Let's
instructions.
start there. Let's stop right there.
Okay.
Let's buy something that has instructions. Am I a human?
Or an
Am I a
object.
project?
Well, I
Yeah.
think you took the metaphor a little
No.
extra.
No.
Okay.
No.
Say if somebody gives you something that needs instructions to operate, it'll tell you how to turn it on. It'll tell you how to set it up.
Let me jump in for a
Outstanding.
minute.
Go for it.
Please, because he's not going to
One of the big turn-offs for many women is the question, what do you bring to the table? That goes with the same thing of giving a blueprint. If you as a man, now most times men approach women, most times. That doesn't always happen, but many times that's the way it goes down. Now we know there's dating sites and women jumping men's DMs. We know all that. But
You're
let's
talking
just
about
say,
on a general level.
on a general level, if you are, as a man, approach me, you see something in the way I physically look, in the way I carry myself, in my demeanor, that you say, I want that in my life. I feel that this is worth approaching. So it is then your job to decide whether your initial impression of me was correct. That's when you get me on the phone and you have a phone conversation with me and you see where my mind is at.
Okay.
That's where you take me out on a date and see if I know how to use a knife and a fork and a napkin and I got some home training, and I know how to act and dress appropriately,
I'm
those kind of things.
severely lacking
So
with the knife
if
and the
you
fork.
are trying to be lazy and skip the exploratory process of getting to know me by asking me a question. One, you're trying to decide how much effort are you going to invest in me, because many men want to put women into a category. This is wife material, this is girlfriend material, this is one night stand material. And if they haven't figured out within that first 5 minutes of meeting you where you stand, that is the question they're trying to ask to figure out where to put you. No, you're not going to try to put me in a category. If you're not willing to invest the time, then you need to just leave. So if a man asks me that question, I'm going to say, for you, sir, I don't bring anything to the table because you just told me you're lazy and you're not willing to put in the effort to get to know me. I don't have time for men like that. I will move on. You can go and talk to somebody else who is willing to answer that question. Because to be honest, I bring a hell of a lot of shit to the table. And if you are already lazy, you're not gonna be ready to handle me anyway.
You're gonna fumble.
So
anyway.
there are actually men that not walk up to you, but y'all out on a date, first date or something like that, and they go, "What do you bring to the table?"
I've only had
say
a
that?
man ask me that twice in the 9 years that I have been.
But then even with that logic, you got to admit that's pretty rare for men.
It's pretty rare. It is rare for me. Now I can't speak for her generation.
I think that's a
rare.
catchphrase that's kind of been thrown around, and now it's become popular to hate on that catchphrase. Now it's still in that same category. No, I get it.
Of a man wanting a blueprint instead of me. See, one of the things that I love about men. And to me, this is the difference between the men that get the yes, daddy treatment and the men that got the boy, please. Those are two categories of men, okay?
It is, though.
There's two categories of men. The men who pay attention, the men who listen, the men who watch, the men who say, "Oh, I see how she reacted to that. I'm going to do that again." That's the men that you don't have to say a whole lot to because they pay attention. And those are the men that tend to be better lovers. Mm-hmm. They tend to be better boyfriends. They tend to be better husbands. They tend to have it all because they pay attention. And if you are, to me, the most important decision that you can make outside of your career is the person in your life that's laying down in bed next to you.
I got it.
So if you're not willing to put the effort into getting to know that person, then you don't even need to be in this. You don't even need to be acting as if you really want something. Just come right out the gate with, your place of mine, and let's, see if she down with that and move on. If she not.
Real quick. So that's my whole thing. So I'm not, when I just said that, I've never asked a woman, what do you bring to the table? That's something I'm going to find out probably within the first
That's
date.
right, because you're the kind of person that's going to listen and pay attention.
But I'm going to ask questions.
You're not going to find that out in no date.
I can get a good idea.
You won't find that out in a date.
You don't think so?
You will find that out in real life situations. Mm-hmm. You won't find that out on a date.
But I feel like on a date, you can find out what she don't bring to the table for sure.
Not really, because
you can.
Not really. You can't. A date is all for sure. I'm
gonna say this because, like, for me, right, I feel like I'm very intellectual. So when I sit down and talk to a woman, it's certain conversations she either can have or she can't have. So right out the bat, like when I sit down and talk to you, if I'm saying certain things, you just like you don't know nothing about them. I can already tell that you're not even on that level to comprehend what I'm saying.
You can learn a lot about somebody by. We had the conversation at the last time we were here. Mm-hmm. You take your first date can really be two things. Go to Starbucks or wherever and get a cup of coffee and then sit down for 30 minutes and talk. I know at least half of everything about you based on your conversation. Now, of course, there are things that you're going to hold back that I'm just not going to know until I really get to know you. The other thing is taking a walk. So my focus isn't on anything but walking and what you have to say.
The question is she going to go?
Well, that's a whole nother argument. Oh, I can make it sound desirable.
No, I'm saying in my generation, how these girls think, they're not doing that. They're not going on that first date for no walk or Starbucks. They want to go to Mastro's, Steak 48.
So that's that right there. That's the whole thing.
But no, I'm not agreeing with
that. No, I know you're not, babe. Yeah. But if we had that first conversation on the phone. And you suggest Mastro's, Steak 48, Perry's. I'm like, well, there are a lot of other places that have good food that don't cost that fucking much. So it's not, could you also get, you broke. No, I'm not broke. I'm just not finna go spend $400 for dinner and I just met you. Why? When I can get this same thing out of a cup of coffee, now there's a happy medium, of course. But my thing is, you can, that in and of itself, because I asked you about red flags, that's a problem. Yeah. So if I'm spending $300 to $400 on dinner for you, because that ain't the end of the day when you have dinner. But
that's insane. Why are you spending, I'm trying to figure out, are y'all getting a bottle of some champagne?
No.
Are y'all both getting surf and turf? Why are you spending $400 on the first date?
Because
realistically though, because I love matchmaking.
The dinner costs a certain amount, and usually that tip that you leave is no less than $120. Okay. So yeah, it's easy to spend $300 to $400 at Perry's, Mastro's, or it's easy.
Okay, my bill ain't never been there, so maybe I gotta live a little longer. But go ahead.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, no.
So it's really good food. The thing is, I don't know you, so it has nothing to do with. Why would I? Yeah, but men get shamed into not doing it because and labeled broke or something. Mm-hmm. Now you don't want to be called broke. I'm not broke. I'm not going to spend that money on you either. So if you call me broke, I'm good with it because I know.
Always told me it doesn't matter what people call you.
Yeah, I don't really care. But once again, like my age, so I've lived long enough not to try to impress. Take that back. I always try to impress the women I'm trying to court. I'm not finna spend a dime more than I feel comfortable with spending in order to do so. And if you have an issue with that, then you're not the one for me. So I would think that women use the same discretion, right?
Right.
And so it's not a matter of me asking you what you bring to the table. It's about me spending enough time with you to Daquan's point, know what you're bringing to the table off the rip. Now, that other 50% I don't know about, man, you should have led with that. But you've kind of taken yourself off the playing field.
Yeah, you already off the market for me.
You're off the market.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, switch your game up.
Okay, so what are we asking women to bring to the table? Again?
No, that's
I'm
subjective.
just asking. I mean, we make that statement and we say we seeing what she brings to the table.
My argument is I don't think I've never asked that.
I know you're not asking it, but you say you know what she brings to the table by then.
Oh, but you got to match.
Yo, are we? Why? What's the matching about? I'm just asking.
I agree.
You gonna answer?
Yeah.
I'll answer real quick. This match, do y'all fit? So if
talking about for us like
life, I need to know what you bring to the table. If I bring you into my life, are you making my life better, or are you becoming another expense?
Okay.
Or are you an asset or are you a liability?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's all you need.
That's all.
Like for men,
I'm like, we making it complicated.
It's
I like
simple.
we don't make it complicated.
Are you an asset? Or are you liability? Are you going to be a headache? Or are you going to be a piece? Like it's really that simple. Are you going to always suggest these expensive things that you don't even want to give me a quarter towards, or are you going to be like I just.
But you're answering that same question about what you bring to the table. The only thing that's different is I'm not verbally saying, what do you bring to the table? I'm still finding that out.
But that's the difference. There is a difference between taking a shortcut and investing time.
But that's why I asked you, how many men actually ask that?
That's what, in my experience, I've only had 2 men in my life ask me that. All right, in my experience. But on social media, you see it a lot. And a lot of women say they're asked. Now, I don't know what other women's experience is. I can only speak on my experience. On my experience, if and when a man came to me and asked me that question, I said, for you, I bring nothing. Because you've already told me you're lazy and you don't want to spend the time to get to know me. And I'm not going to go through this process of this. If you're going to try to shortcut even a conversation or a first date, then we're wasting our time, because I'm not looking for a person trying to take shortcuts.
Do you drink coffee?
Do
you drink coffee?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I mean, like for me, I don't look for any expectations. The reason why I don't look for any expectations is because I ain't no way if I'm expecting her to do certain things, there's no way that I can see her for who she is. So I can see her freely if I'm not expecting her to do something, good or bad. Because we always say expectations as in a good thing, but we also looking at our past traumas and what we done been through, what dude we done been with. So I expected him to do that, or I expected her to do that because there's other female. So I don't look at any of that. That way I can see her freely for who she is, and then I can make my judgment out for that. So what do you have to say about that? Because I mean, the expectations of what? I mean, and even with that, we also have to look at as far as like what we was talking about earlier. What does women bring to the table? Well, I grew up where all the woman had to do was be her.
That's not. I mean, what is her? What is her?
Yeah, you think that's okay?
That's
What
why I
do
was
you mean by
asking.
that?
You think that's okay?
I think
Be herself, I think he's saying.
And I'll answer in a simple question. Honestly, to go to your point, thank you so much for that. The idea really is in a relationship, in a union, whatever you have, is just consideration. Never ask me that because it's like you see how I'm coming. Like what? But what I'm saying to go to your point is, I feel like what you're saying is the idea of like nowadays on social media, you see so many men saying, "What do you bring to the table? Let's do 50-50, da 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 da." And I feel like subconsciously, and obviously this doesn't apply to all men, but why are we pushing this agenda for women to do more? And like, okay, I feel like we're pushing this agenda for men to not work as hard.
You know why?
Like, I don't understand.
Because it's a bunch of women making a lot of noise that don't need to be making noise.
And that's what I'm saying. So my conversation is constantly like amongst my friend group and the people that I deal with is I can't really have that conversation with y'all because me and most women my age, we not even like on the same level. And I'm not even talking about in a way of just being like, it's like financially or like, materials and stuff. Like a lot of women my age just don't even have the mental capacity that I do. So when we talking about the idea for me, as far as like, what do you bring to the table? It's like, what do you mean? I can actually have a conversation with you. We can actually spar. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, that man,
look, hey, look, man, I'm heating up. I'm over here like I'm burning.
I was gonna let him go.
Did you want to?
I was gonna answer a question real quick.
Okay, go let me have your mic real quick.
Okay.
Let me get it. Yeah, it just sounds good.
You asked, you said you feel like it's not a feeling. When you were in elementary school, you didn't have that same feeling about what you bring to the table, this and that and the other. I can answer it real easy. It sounds good. Period. Everything everybody says, it sounds good. It's a trend. When you take it back down to the normal level of all relationships, your pureness, hey, I like your colors. I like your color. Can we color this together? Your boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever. You go with that. It changes as you get older because of what he said and you said and you said. It sounds good. What do you bring to the table? Nothing. Well, I got to leave. Well, you really didn't go in this for love or whatever. You had a prerequisite.
That's all I'm saying. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying it sounds good, though.
That's what I'm
People say
saying.
something
Like, that's all I'm saying. It's just like, we be so, and I get it, you feel what I'm saying? Because there's trauma there, obviously, for a lot of men. You feel what I'm saying? Especially on the financial tip. I didn't did all this, and even for women, I done held a nigga down. Ooh. It's a lot of trauma there, so I get it why people want to get to the point. But what I'm saying is, can we just come back to a place in society where we're actually dating to get to know somebody because we actually are attracted to them? And once we get to know them, can we decide, like, okay, you're here in your life, but I like you, so you feel like, can we just be genuine?
Okay, so
Man, please.
He gotta go.
Look, please, because I remember what you said. You said you feel like it was a time where women was just, that's all they had to be was they self. I think that's straight. We cuss on here. I think it's straight bullshit. That's straight bullshit because it's like everybody's expecting something out of somebody, especially when y'all start to get together and y'all really start to court and y'all really start to.
What are you expecting out of women?
what I'm expecting out of a woman, me personally.
Don't be personally. I'm talking about as a
It
group.
has to be personal.
Okay,
Okay. Personally, me expecting out of a woman is right. Is like I do agree. I'm a traditional man, so I do agree that man takes on most of the burden, right? But I also feel like, given the new generation that we in, it's not solely the man's burden for everything, and I feel like that's the big problem. There's a disconnect. Like women, like we talked about, will live in beautiful nightmares. You feel what I'm saying? Say you got a man who take care of everything, right? That man is not. He's not gonna do certain things and be all in love with you because 9 times out of 10 he got options. He doing other things. He's not seeing you as his partner because it's all on him. You feel what I'm saying? So he gonna do what he want to do. But when you got a man and a woman that actually come together and look out for each other and they have like real partnership. Not saying the man's not the head, not the lead, but I'm still saying that y'all still are together. Y'all one. Y'all got each other back. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. You feel what I'm saying?
What do you think women are? I mean, because you got to think about a woman are nurturers, right?
For sure.
That's what we say, right? So if she really cares about you, she gonna see that you're struggling and gonna help. You know, so
But if that's naturally her.
that's naturally her. Yeah, that's naturally her position in life.
It's supposed to be, but now
It's supposed to be.
Right.
But see,
quick,
if you
real quick, now you're assigning gender roles. And we just got through talking about that.
We
Because
didn't
she
get
ain't
into
been
gender
cold.
roles at all.
We did that
We did
before.
not. We didn't get into
Let me say that.
Okay.
So you're saying there's a behavior that's uniquely woman.
Is there not a behavior that's uniquely man?
Okay, let me say this.
Okay,
accountability.
Zen know where I'm
Let me
going
say
with this.
this.
That's what
All
it
right.
is.
I grew up probably different than some people. Everyone in my family is married and has been married ever since they were 20-something years old. So we're talking about 40, 50, 60, 70 years of marriage. This is what I saw growing up. My grandfather, my uncles, they went to work, they came home, they cut the grass, they took care of the car. That's home repairs, they did that. Everything in the home, the woman handled. But you also saw him, he would go in his man cave, close the door, nobody could bother him. All right? He got the big piece of chicken. But the woman, his job, many times, he went to work, let's say 9 to 5. He cut the lawn on the weekend. After 5 p.m., he checked out. He was watching TV. He was reading the newspaper. Didn't nobody bother him at all. The woman, sometimes she worked because we had a lot of black women that were domestics or had some kind of outside job. She went to work 9 to 5, but her job did not stop. She came home. She cooked. A lot of times she had a garden. So my grandmother made everything from scratch. So did my aunts and uncles. They canned preserves, okay? So she came home from her 9 to 5. She cooked. My grandmother made all the clothes for all her kids by hand. So I never saw my grandmother. This is how I was raised. I used to spend the summers with my grandmother. I made the mistake of one time saying I was bored to my grandmother.
Oh, I got you.
She took me out in the garden. It was like 9 in the morning. I said I was bored during the summer. We went out in the garden. We were out in the garden till the sun went down. Okay? Then we came in the house. I ached in places I didn't even know I had. And she told me, she said, you're a woman. She said, if you ever get some free time, you don't ever complain about it because we don't get that. That's a luxury. Men get free time, women work. That's what my grandmother told me.
But that's okay. So
now let me just finish.
Yes, ma'am.
This idea of a soft life, it is not the life that most black women experienced. Now, those white women sat on their little veranda porches having their servants go bring them tea and mint juleps and some little cucumber sandwiches. They had a soft life. But the black women
raised their children.
Right.
All right.
But the black women went to work as domestics, came home and worked in their homes, and sometimes even still took in things like laundry, ironing. And the black man worked his little 9 to 5 and may have had a couple of side hustles, but the black woman did, okay, let's say the black man is doing 100%, she's doing 150%. Because her job was 24/7 and his job was 50 hours a week.
that's not.
And that is the thing that most women are saying. Marriage benefits women. I'm sorry, men more than women because
Absolutely
a woman's
not.
job
No,
does.
Absolutely not.
A woman.
Maybe back
this
then.
is what I
Not
saw.
our generation.
Now, hold on.
Speak for our
So-
generation.
No,
Not
I'm,
theirs.
So-
no, but okay. Do you know? Let me just finish this real quick. Up, it's gonna take me 2 seconds. The biggest percentage of divorces right now of all races is women above 50, because they have spent their whole lives living like my grandmother did. They grew up in this time of women's feminism, go out and get a job, but then they still were expected to do what their grandmothers did, to come home and take care of the house. Now, there are some women who did not take care of the house, couldn't
Zen.
cook, couldn't clean, didn't do any of that stuff. But I'm saying many women have said, I don't want to get married because I saw my mother do this.
Zen.
I saw my grandmother do this.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
How prevalent is it that women are working in gardens and shit when they get
No,
off
I'm
work?
not saying
No,
the
but-
gardening. What I'm
hold-
saying
I'm not
is
done. Not
a
done.
mother,
Not done.
a mother's job is
I haven't
24/7.
seen that. You
Okay,
ain't
go
seen
ahead.
that.
Go ahead. Go
Not
ahead.
Here we go.
I'm going off of
Yeah,
the
for sure.
examples you gave.
I gave an example, but I
So,
was just trying to stress
they didn't work
what some of those
in the-
women did.
Most of that shit does not apply to what's going on right now.
At all.
Nobody's getting off. Nobody's working a 9 to 5, getting off, going work in the garden, making clothes. And I'm not mocking your grandmother. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just
No,
saying
I'm
that
not. I
the
didn't take it that
difference.
way.
Okay.
I didn't take it that way.
Because that was dope. Making clothes for people and doing other things that coincidentally they would have to do if it wasn't no man around anyway. Now you bring it to now. You don't make clothes. You go buy them.
I agree.
You
with
don't grow any gardens unless it's a hobby or you the lead motivator. See what I did? Right?
I got
I don't fuck around. Good.
You've been talking the
Absolutely.
most, I think.
And the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is historically there's a lot of things that happen that may not seem okay. But we talked also about men are protectors. You think we're off the clock? Well, that could be argued, Zen. That could be argued. And I get where you don't feel
my
that
grandmother
way.
could shoot as well as my grandfather. I'm gonna say that.
Well, once again, we can talk about generalities and we can
Go
talk
ahead,
about
go ahead.
specifics.
Right.
And that's anecdotal. So there's no
Yeah.
way of me saying, there's no way that I can compare what your grandmother's marksmanship
No, but I'm just saying.
But what I'm saying is, because we talked about this earlier and we'll talk
Yeah.
about it now, it's unrealistic to expect
Man,
a
I
woman
can't really
to
talk
be
how I
able
want
to do
to,
the
right?
very same thing that a man can do. I am always on the clock. When y'all sleep and somebody break in the house or you're in danger.
And how often does that happen?
Just ready to say,
Well, here's the thing. Here's
Even
the thing.
in a bad
The-
neighborhood, maybe
No,
once or twice the
Absolute-
whole time
absolutely,
you have
absolutely,
that house.
Well, no,
Absolutely.
but you-
that's
Go ahead.
a rare thing. But my
Right.
presence in the household is a deterrent and a protection for my household. And so the thing is, if you have the ability to make clothes, how often is it gonna pop up? Hardly ever. There's nothing that a woman can do that a man can't pay somebody to do for him if they're not around.
You're right. That's
And
why
so-
we're free labor to
No,
most
no.
men, and that's one
But you're
thing
saying
that
to me
many
that's
men
not true.
want.
When I
That's not true.
that y'all hold on. So this might be new to me. Y'all think that men look at women and see free labor
Okay.
and not a companion, not somebody to build a
It
future off
depends
of?
on what man you're talking about, though. That's like I think that's the point that
You
we're trying to
can't
make.
do
No,
that
you can't.
because there are some men that will fuck a horse. Is it fair to bring that up in conversation? No.
You say free labor though, but it's like, so if you're not helping me out, what is your purpose?
That's what most men say. If you're not helping me out, what is your purpose?
It's vice versa though.
Now,
Yeah, absolutely. What are you saying?
no.
So
but
if you're
what
just
no,
there,
no. What I'm trying to say is the help. Okay, if let's say I'm in a relationship with a man, and he brings in 50% of the bills, and he changes the oil every 3 months on the car, and he mows the lawn every 2 weeks. Same thing you said. I could pay. I got a fire. I replaced my husband with a Firestone card, a home home repair guy, and what else did I need? and a lawn service. That's how easy it was to replace him. And then a maintenance man to give me,
I agree with you. We
some
can
pipe laying, okay?
So nowadays we can pay for the things that we want the opposite sex to
but
do
what
to
I'm
us.
trying But what I'm trying to say,
Let's not even do that.
what I'm trying to say is this:
What is a legit argument?
50%. He's bringing in 50% of the income, and that's on a good day because
Oh, my.
because most women, I've made more than almost every man that I was with. I've only been in a relationship with 2 men that made more money than
But
me.
you picked them.
I did pick them. I picked them because of their qualities and their character, like she
So
said.
you making more,
Okay.
you making more money than them was not a quality that you considered to be important.
Exactly. Yeah. But men act as if we got 50% of the bill, we got 50% of that. That's not what most women are picking you for anyway.
Here's the thing, though. Just like you said about what you said about men asking women, what do you bring to the table? And I told you I've never encountered that. I've never said it. I don't know any man that literally talks that way. What I'm telling you, there is, in our opinion, there is a perception, because I get, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let a motherfucker know. But there is a perception about men that I don't see. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. But I'm telling you, the people I surround myself, even in general public, I've never seen a woman get attacked in public, ever. Take it back. I was at
So you never seen a girl get attacked?
No.
Not in front of me.
Not in front of me. So, there was one time I was at Carrington's.
So, I ain't from Richmond.
No, hold on. Just hear me out.
Go ahead. I'm letting you cook.
That's the thing on the
What
show.
I'm telling you is what I've experienced. That's not me saying it doesn't exist. So I have you base your perception of life on what you experienced. The only time I've ever seen a woman get like hands put on her was at Carrington's. It was her boyfriend, and they were outside of their car. They was arguing. She in his face, he in his face. He hauled off and knocked her out. Picked her up and put her in the back seat. When the police when he was putting her in the back seat. Well, I'm sorry, in the car. I think it was the front seat. The police had walked up. She all right? He's like, yeah, all right. She's like, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time and I would have been a damn fool to jump in the middle of that, by the way. Yeah. But that's the only time
that's a different situation.
No,
though.
what I'm telling you is my perception, what I've seen. I've never seen I've never seen a woman get attacked in public.
We're all entitled to our own perceptions.
Right.
But I think the point she's trying to argue is, as a collective, as Black women, we've watched the women in our culture break their backs behind men.
And men don't?
What I'm saying is, okay, cool. All right, cool. I grew up in a 2-parent household. All right? Let's talk about prior to my father being sick. Like, and this is to bring it to your point. My dad, before he was sick, okay, he was the breadwinner. Mm-hmm. Like she said, he got up, he went to work, he came home, and he was chilling. And that was his day. You feel what I'm saying? Okay.
You said he was a breadwinner. What do you mean by breadwinner?
He made more than my mom before he got sick. Okay?
So
I'm not talking about, but he made more than my mom prior to him being pronounced ill. Okay. Cool. But that was his day.
What did you want him to do once he got home?
What I'm saying, hear me out.
But let me ask you this first though, because I want you to base this off of what you just said. What do you want him to do once he gets home?
That's what I'm about to get to. Okay, cool.
I'm going to go next.
Okay, cool. So, you feel what I'm saying? That's what he did. Like you said, on the weekends, he cutting the grass, he doing the cars, whatever. But that's sporadically. That's not on a day-to-day.
You don't change the oil on a car every day. You don't fix a car every day.
I'm just talking about the idea of maintaining a household and maintaining a family when you have children. Okay, cool. So, let's bring it to my mom's job. My mom is getting up before everybody in the house to do what? To make sure the kids is up to go to school, to make sure I'm up and I'm not missing my bus to go outside. But my mom's still going to work. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I didn't grow up in a household where my mom didn't contribute.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When my father got ill, she was the breadwinner. She was taking care of everything. That's neither here nor there. Okay, cool. So now, as a woman, I'm seeing my mom already be up 1 to 2 hours before everybody else. Okay. But just like my dad is leaving out to go to work for 8 hours a day, my mom is doing the same exact thing. My dad gets to come home, he gets to roll up, he gets to drink his beer, and he gets to chill. Mm-hmm. My mom is coming home. Eris, what's going on with your homework? She's cooking, she's bathing me. She's like, and this is a job. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's a nurturer.
While chilling though. It's not even about a role at that point. Her point is her argument.
Women
is the idea
do
that
more
our
work.
days are longer in
Yes.
a marriage.
And this is statistics.
What I'm
No,
telling
statistics. Okay, you can Google right now. You can Google right now.
I'm letting them talk.
You can Google right
Hey,
now.
I'm letting them talk.
Women die younger if they're married, 8 years younger
what?
than
What?
single women. Yes, women die younger. And one of
So
the
I'll
ways
have
they
to-
die
Where-
is
where-
because
what
of
docu-
stress.
what document
and
that's
women
on?
work 7 hours more than
What
men
document
in a
is that
relationship.
on?
If
7
the
hours
man
more
is
per
not
week.
present,
No,
it's
no,
the
married
wait.
women.
You can't make statements
married
without bringing
women
the
die
document.
8
Bring the
years younger than
document.
single
I
women.
need
That's
to see
statistical
documentation.
fact.
Okay. So
Where's
I
that?
can't
Where's
argue
reading
that
that?
because
Well,
I
I can
don't
look that
know
up.
But let me say this. This why.
I ain't even say my own statistics.
This why I said what I said earlier about partnership. I don't believe that everything is solely on the women to take care of the kids, to get them ready, to clean and cook. I don't believe in that. I believe that we are partners. We're in this together. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. And I believe that's why it's a high level of divorce rate. I feel like that's why the rate of divorce is so high. But it's not just on the men though. Women push a narrative as well that they don't want that. And men push it too, like, you my slave, you do this, you do that. And women push it, you my slave, pay for my bills, pay for my nails, pay for my hair. No partnership. You feel what I'm saying? If we all just was good people to each other and dead as looked out for each other, it would be no problem. It's like, okay, I pay for a date, you pay for a date. I pay for 3 days, you pay for 1 day. You feel what I'm saying? You cook and clean for 3 days in a row, I cook and clean for 2 days in a row. You feel what I'm saying? The kid, you come off work that you tired, I got energy. I'm gonna goddamn take care of the kids today. I'm gonna make sure your feet.
So the narrative isn't that it is that men don't do shit with the kids? Is that what we're talking about? And so if you're saying I pay for a few dates, you pay for a few dates, how about I pay for all of them?
Well, there's a lot being said. It's a lot being said. And see, this is where we get into these wars about who the prize.
Nobody's a prize.
The relationship is the prize.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The relationship is the prize. How much a fuse for your car cost?
Who?
A fuse.
I mean, I don't know. I take that shit to Christian Brothers.
Okay, maybe 90 cent. 90 cent, right?
I guess.
How important is that fuse?
It's
Your
pretty
that
important.
car.
Pretty important.
Yeah.
It's pretty important, despite the price. It's important.
That's what I'm saying. We try to take these values that women only do this, men only do this. If we a team,
Okay, so
if we a team, right? It's somebody at that job, that building that works for a company, right? That takes the trash. We got somebody that works in the office, and we got a secretary, right? We got a CEO, we got a president. That company is that company. We don't look at what's in between that. It's when you get into a war to where this person's job is more than this person's job, and I do more than this person at work. Well, you might make more than that person, but you looking at what they do. So in a relationship, you looking at, I'm doing this and he ain't doing nothing. And when you get into all that, you get to piecing out the roles and doing all this crazy stuff, and the car start falling apart because a 90-cent fuse went out.
So
you can't.
But in the
You can't.
Nah,
You
well,
can't.
What?
He is, but
No,
check
he
this
is.
out. Because you never answered my question. Other than maybe him helping out with the kids a little bit more. What is it that you want this nigga to do when he gets
That is
home
true.
from work?
And I'll answer in a simple question. Honestly, to go to your point, thank you so much for that. The idea really is in a relationship, in a union, whatever you have, is just consideration.
What do you?
No, and that's it. No, but seriously, that's it.
But you said earlier that when he said something about the woman just being there, you agreed to it. You was over there like, oh yeah, that's cool.
I mean, no. What I'm saying, when
No,
she
I
mean
just-
being there,
Yeah, that wasn't.
let's define what woman is first. You see, we going off your age group, my age group, his age group, which you consider being a woman, which you consider being a woman. So let's define what a woman is.
okay,
I'm asking you, what's your definition of a woman?
my woman.
No, I didn't ask you what's your
It's
definition.
got to be his.
Okay, well, his woman. What you
Got to
define? What you think is a
So
woman?
what do you mean? Like, what do I expect out of her?
Bring the
Like,
mic close to you.
okay, what do you mean? Like, what I expect out of her? Like,
So if you saw a woman and you was like, what do you expect out of this woman that you see, or the woman that you have? Or
I mean,
whatever?
that's kind of what I was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
I expect partnership. I expect you to be a good person. I expect that you gonna be in your feminine energy, but you also gonna scratch my back. I'm gonna scratch your back. You feel what I'm saying? Because in the end of the day, at the foundation of our relationship, you're my friend. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it. I can't see how anybody else look at it or even care how anybody else look at it. That's how I look at it. Because in the day, if you're my lover, the close person to me, when they say my rib, you feel what I'm saying? You hold me up, and I hold you up.
Some people putting adapters on their ribs, bro.
Yeah. I need my rib to be right there with me. You feel I mean? We together in this. Like you said, the prize is the relationship. Right. So we both need to be doing whatever it takes to make sure this motor keep running, especially if we are there for each other and we did have each other's back.
Yeah, but
it's just about consideration.
What he said is very powerful. If you go into a relationship saying we are partners and we're going to share whatever, let's talk about what this house needs to run. And then we're going to share this. I'm not going to come home and be sitting down for 4 hours and see that you haven't sat down since you walked through the door and you got home.
What are you
Without
doing?
saying,
what are you doing when you get home? That's the whole question I'm asking.
I see what you're asking.
You walk through the door, you cook dinner, you clean up after dinner.
I don't cook.
No. What I'm saying is, if you have a house, okay, and you have kids, many times in a household, okay. I'm going to go with my life, okay? I was married for 17 years, 2 different marriages. In that entire time of 17 years of marriage, all right, each of my husbands cooked one meal. Every other meal that was cooked in that house, I either cooked it or I taught my sons how to cook it. If there was a PTA meeting, I was there. If there was homework that needed to be checked, I checked it. If there was a doctor's appointment, I took them to the doctor. I made the appointments. Anything that had to be done, it was on me. There has never been a time, and this is not because I didn't ask, and this is not because I didn't tell my husband that he went to a PTA meeting. He came to maybe 1 or 2 football games, okay? My kids played football, basketball. They were on a debate team. They were in what was called Lyricist Society, mock trial team. I took them to every single thing. I was married. But you know what? It would have been, and it was easier for me to be a single parent than it was for me to be a wife. Because as a single parent, I didn't have to cook a meal for him. I didn't have to wash his clothes. I didn't have to make his doctor's appointments. I didn't have to buy a gift for his mama for her anniversary or her birthday. I didn't have to do none of that.
You're not really obligated to buy.
No, but that's the kind of thing that wives sometimes do to make sure things get done.
Did you know his flaws before you got into your marriage? Because everybody's flawed. Did you know that before the marriage?
No. I mean, I thought that I was going into a marriage because we talked about some of these things.
Did you ask him if he cooked?
Yeah, I said.
And he said, yeah, I cook. And then he decided not to follow up with it during the marriage?
Yeah.
So he lied to you.
Exactly.
So here's the deal. So if you come to me and you're dating, it's like, oh, Sean, do you cook? I don't cook. I can cook anything breakfast related.
Me too.
Because that's what I had to cook growing up. As a child, and I grew up, and I tell you, I wasn't raised by my mom or my father. I was raised by my godfather and my great aunt, and they were raised by sharecroppers. They're old school. Mm-hmm. They had rent houses. Mm-hmm. When a tenant moved out, I learned how to hang sheetrock at 9, 10 years old. I would have to cut the yard, but before I cut the yard, I had to go pick all the pecans, cut the yard, edge the yard. I kept up the cars as far as washing and waxing, everything all that I had to do. My aunt, sometimes me and my uncle would be in the backyard cutting the grass, and she'd come out literally, and I'm not even exaggerating, with a pitcher of lemonade, that little white pitcher with the orange top that you used to have to turn to pour, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And she cooked dinner. Mm-hmm. If I'm at home, because, we were young, we stayed out a lot, she would make lunch. Mm-hmm. And so what I know how to do is what my perception of what a man is supposed to do. All the physical labor, the protection, no matter what, my mere presence is protection. But if something happens and I need to protect you, I'm able to do that. Mm-hmm. So when you say that once the mother gets home, the man is pretty much useless after he gets home. All of a sudden, the woman is raised to some big pedestal because she has to go to a PTA meeting that happens 4 times a year. Hold on. You're making a big issue out of shit that's not something that women have to do on a daily basis. Say if you were a stay-at-home mom, or
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I normally agree with you. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have to not agree with you on that part.
Go ahead.
I do feel like when you are married or you with somebody, y'all have kids, y'all equally share the responsibility with a lot of things. You feel what I'm saying?
But you said something that was key though that we missed, that we didn't discuss.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't marry their friend.
Mm.
And see, the thing so big about the thing that's so big about friends. You know what your friend's flaws are.
Mm-hmm.
You know he ain't perfect. You know where they fuck up at.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they good at,
Right.
and you treat them accordingly.
Right.
You don't even hold them accountable for it because you know who they are.
Right.
So that's the problem that's missing.
They're not friends first.
They not messing with their friends. They messing with somebody they like.
That's not the foundation.
Yeah, they messing with somebody they
And
like.
I disagree with you because I married 2 different men. The first man I married I was very naive. I was very young. I came right out of college, got married. And I had no experience with men. I was told marry a good man, church-going man. That's what I did. All right? He was something else. Then I married a man who was my friend. In fact, I pushed the relationship issue because he didn't even, in a sense, come on to me. I could tell he liked me, but he was kind of like, should I not? He didn't know if he wanted to cross that friend boundary. So I pushed us into, let me come on to him. I pushed that issue. And then we ended up married and everything like that. Now, what happens sometimes when you have a friendship and it evolves into a relationship, that person could meet every single quality that you need in a friend, okay? But then when it comes to things like sex drives, you don't know if they're compatible about that because you were friends first, right? And you became romantic because you pushed into that you went from a friend to a romantic situation. So that, in my case, my ex-husband, sex wasn't important to him. I didn't know that as a friend. We didn't talk about stuff like that as friends. We talked about everything else under the world, but we weren't talking, because when you have a male and a female as a friend, sometimes there are issues that you don't discuss because they can be sensitive depending on the friendship, okay?
Yeah, because I'm trying to mess with my friend's friends.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Hey,
sometimes some people avoid some of those discussions, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because they don't want there to be any blurred lines, any confusion, any awkwardness. So you don't have some of the discussions that you would have if you were dating this person. And when you go from friendship to all of a sudden you're romantically involved, and then later, you thinking all these things are going to fall into place because it's my friend. We could talk about anything. But another thing that happens with men sometimes, they have different expectations of their woman or their wife than their friend. And they take off the friend hat and they put on the you my wife hat, and they treat you very differently.
But as a friend, you never seen your friend date another woman?
You can't base.
Yeah.
I'm just asking a question.
Treat you
That's a
based
bar,
on
though.
how
That's
they
a bar.
treated another person.
No.
But you definitely get a good look. You get a good look at
glimpse.
how they really interact. You feel what I'm saying?
If you know they tea, and you
Because oh my bad. Because it's like what level? I'm gonna ask you a question. What level of friendship did y'all really have before y'all really got into that? Because depending on what level of friendship y'all have, because I've been in a situation where you can openly talk about everything. It don't matter what it is. You can openly see everything. When y'all friends, y'all with other people too. So they see you and you talk about situations with women, talk about situations with men, how she handled it, and you get the real internal thoughts.
I've had those kind of friends. Now, I thought we were very close friends, but we didn't have some of those conversations because I guess at that time we were trying to keep the lines real clear of that we're just friends.
Right.
So we didn't have some of those conversations. In hindsight, I wish we had, because there was a lot of misalignment of our expectations of romance versus friend. And then also, sometimes you expect your friend, like, if you're my friend, you going to really value my feelings. You going to really, if I'm hurting, you going to cut for me because you done been my friend.
Right.
And we've been friends for a long time.
As a
But
man, let me say
sometimes
something.
As a man, hold on, let me just say this. Sometimes as a man, you'll get in this, she just nagging me.
No.
And you close your ears and you ignore, and that whole friendship thing just goes out the window.
I don't really think
know?
that men can be friends with females. Like the type of friends y'all want to be. I don't
Now
think
you
so.
just said being
no,
a
disagree.
friend.
I want to hear your question.
You just said being a friend was the foundation,
I
and
can't- I can't.
now you going
It
back
is.
on it.
But Zen, isn't
Yeah.
it your
I-
fault?
No, I take
No, get the mic.
responsibility.
All you gotta do is you can be friends
I
with a
take
female.
No,
responsibility.
all
But
I'm
not-
saying is when he said, you said you pushed him.
Yes,
I caught that.
I take.
did
No,
caught
I
that.
didn't say I pushed. What I might have said I pushed him,
You did.
but what I was, I pushed the issue of, a relationship. Now he jumped onto it. Now this is where I messed up. If he wasn't secure enough, confident enough to make that move, then I probably never should have done it.
It was a fair. Well, y'all messed up. If you
No, but I'm just
hold on.
saying.
If no, it's no.
Yeah.
If you push, I ain't ready.
That's on you. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Ice cream truck coming. I don't have money. I can't get ice cream.
No, but what I say, what I mean is this: I seduced him. I was seductive. I set up a situation.
Oh, you
And
trapped him.
I didn't trap him. No,
you
I
set him
seduced
up.
him.
Yeah.
I thought,
Nah, nigga, you mine now.
Hey. I call it, she peacocked. She did a little peacocking. She did a little peacocking. Okay,
I
man.
seduced him, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he was gonna make the move, right?
Thank you.
And I felt
No,
like
you can't peacock in front of no man.
it's kind of like this. To me, it's like you shit or you get off the pot. If I
Zen.
make this move and you block
Zen.
it, okay, then
Zen.
we know what we are.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel you on that one. Because you're like, okay, this is something I want. I'm gonna make this
Yeah.
move.
I'm gonna set
If you
up
don't want
this
it-
scenario.
If you don't want it,
If you don't want it, then you
But-
say, hey, we just friends. I mean, you see this all the time on social media. My friend tried to jump out of the friend zone and I chunked his ass back there. Men do this all the time. They try
Because
to
men
jump
can't
out
be
the friend
friends
zone.
with women like that.
Huh?
You think that for real? Like
I
you don't
really
think
do.
that's
I
a
like.
relationship?
No, you can't be. I mean, you can be friends, but
you
not
just can't fuck them, man. That's
close
what I mean.
friends. You can't be like
Well, now that's
close
not a
friends.
friend.
What you mean close friends?
Like close friends, like y'all really kick it.
Oh, you,
Yeah, like y'all really. I'm gonna come spend it out with you because my boyfriend made me bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
agree
No,
with-
I
don't agree
How
with.
would you do that?
I wouldn't go. I don't agree with. If I got a girlfriend and I piss her off, which I'm probably gonna do.
we not saying that. We
relatively
not saying that
often.
because men don't do that.
Hold on.
'Cause men don't do
no,
that.
No, I
Yeah.
piss my girlfriend off, and she goes to her male best friend and talk about it. I don't trust that he's gonna give her the right advice.
Oh,
That's why I say.
Because like I've had like
Nah.
solid male friends to the point where they'll tell me like, "Nah, you was tripping."
I ain't gonna lie, cause if she ever watched the podcast, I got a homegirl named Harlem, right? And I dead's my dog. Like, even if Harlem tried me, and Harlem is cute, I would be like, Harlem, you my dog, Harlem. Like, I just fuck with you. Like, I couldn't even do that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So I do believe sometimes, a lot of times you right. I would say 90% of the time you right.
90% of the
I'm
time.
gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you
90%.
that. But it's that small percentage of
Yeah.
homegirls I do have that I wouldn't even try. If they tried me, I would be like, whoa, no, we did as friends, dog. Like,
Yeah,
so you want to do that? You know what I'm saying?
90% of the time.
I
Satellite.
can do it. I can
Give
do
me
it.
the green light.
It's not. I mean, the key is, you can't get drunk and try to fuck them. Y'all.
It only be on that. It could be just a laugh, you funny, and touch a leg or something. You be like, wait a minute, that's a little weird, man.
Okay, so I'll say this. I think just like a little bit of sexual tension between a male and a female friends is okay.
You
It-
do?
It kind of.
I don't think
No,
so,
that's
son.
dangerous. That's dangerous.
You're not gonna be tapping with my butt because you think it's
I'm
cute,
not talking
bro.
about touching and stuff. It's okay if you're a male and she's a female and y'all are that close to begin with. Yeah, man, there's some tension there.
I'm gonna lie. Every time that's happened, we damn near have sex because that's
Exactly.
But it exists.
Yeah, but as soon as it exists, it's already up in the air. Like you feel
It's
what I'm
up.
saying? It's up.
Yeah,
It's
just
up.
Well,
It's up.
That goes
It's
back
up.
to what
It
I'm
may
saying.
not happen right in there, but it
Don't-
happens.
Don't act on it.
What?
Impossible.
So you
We already know each other, man. You know.
y'all can't resist.
No.
The self-control is
I can't.
peaceful.
I mean, look.
What?
I know better.
She fine.
When you know better, you do
trying,
better.
man?
That's all I'm saying.
And I ain't got no girl. Come on, man.
Okay, I'm
So from this you can see I didn't have to push too hard.
Exactly. So I'm not even mad. That's a conversation. There we go. That is the point. She got the peacock. She got the peacock and then silver in her feathers. You like, wait a minute.
Everybody see him.
so. That men
Never worked, bro.
Platonic friends.
No,
Hell no.
I believe I've had platonic friends, but generally I believe it's the woman that holds the line because she's not
She
attracted.
got the hole in line.
She's not attracted.
Man,
So-
I ain't gonna lie. That line easy when she ain't attractive. That line so easy not to cross.
No, she said attracted.
Oh.
So she,
No.
she makes
If
the decision on whether or not it actually happened.
Okay,
Man.
so hold on. Is you keeping this friend just in case though?
Am I what?
Because a lot of women have male
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
So with me,
yeah.
I've had female friends. We're not friends for whatever reason, but it had nothing to do with sex. That meant I kind of valued them. I needed them to be around, and I know if I fuck them, it's gonna mess it up.
Right.
I gotta have.
See,
Y'all
you
can
and I
tighten
were
up.
talking about this.
Hey, I understand
So
that
you
too,
and
but
okay, so he brought up
you
the,
better not entrap me.
He brought up the statement,
all
okay?
I'm saying.
He brought up the statement that black women say too often they don't need black men. And I said, I can't speak for black
They
women.
called us bullet bags last week.
Ooh,
Oh,
gosh.
That hurt my fucking feelings, nigga. That we get shot and killed.
Golly.
Yeah, man, that
That's
shit hurt.
crazy. I can't, that
That
hurts
hurt
my
my.
heart.
I ain't gonna lie to you. That hurt. I don't
No,
even know
but
these motherfuckers.
yeah,
That shit
that's
hurt.
woof. That's
But anyway, go
rough.
ahead.
I told him, I said, I may not need my own personal man when I'm not in the mood to be in a relationship, but I definitely need black men around me because the male energy, like if I am feeling a certain kind of way, maybe insecure or whatever, there is a conversation that I can have with a black man that'll do a lot more for me than a conversation with one of my girlfriends.
Yeah, for sure.
So having a certain amount of male energy around me, you know, I always had what I call my three musketeers. And they normally were guys that didn't even live in the city or the state. Like I have a friend who wished me happy birthday today. He lives in Indianapolis. He actually sent me a little voicemail singing happy birthday to me. Right, he's one of my three musketeers, right? We don't talk very often. He lives in Indianapolis, but if I need a male perspective, I could get him on the phone. He gonna tell me the real. Because I know as a woman, I don't know what goes on in you guys' heads. I mean, I was a tomboy. I've had a lot of male friends, but still, sometimes I look at you guys and be like, what the hell?
It's
We
a
don't-
I know
shit
they
show
come
in
from
here,
Mars
but
and I
don't call
come
them
from
friends.
Venus,
I don't
but
call
I
them
don't
friends.
get it. You know, so
Now
I
I'm very
need
Don't call them women
not
friends.
only the encouragement, and sometimes men have a way of, in a sense, I'm gonna say, let me not say it that way.
Now say
They
it, I
have-
want to hear.
Okay, I was gonna say, I think women, the statistics say that women are not normally as verbose or as, like, men, you can be loud and wrong. A woman be sitting there doubting herself and she got 50 million credentials. All right. So,
That's a bar, for real.
so,
Not a bar.
so
I got not a bar.
That's a bar.
now,
Not a bar. Thank
Not a
you.
bar.
Thank you.
now, so I'll be sitting here like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And then my guy friend be like, girl, shut the fuck up. Get, you know, and he'll be like, you know, and he will have that kick in the
Zen.
ass that I
That's
need.
not fair.
No, I'm just saying.
You know how I feel though?
No, but
I'm
no,
just
we're all talking from our own perspective.
No. Off in the back.
But
it up.
this
I'm
is-
finna
this
back it
is
up with
research,
something.
though.
No.
The
Earlier
research
today-
says
earlier today.
if you look at, like, let's take going for a promotion, all right? And they will look at executives, people who should have possibly been promoted. They'll look at female executives, they'll look at male executives, and they'll ask them, when did you go for your first promotion, or when did you ask for your first raise? And it's inevitable. The research shows that men generally would ask 2 to 5 years before a woman even felt the nerve or the confidence to do it. And it's because, and they went back to saying, if you go back to school in high school, a lot of times boys get called more on than girls. Girls are kind of pushed back, especially in fields like STEM. They don't want to listen to the girls. They want to, well, let Bobby answer. And Mary had her hand up and had her hand up the whole time. But no, we want Mike to answer. They've shown this with like the way girls get treated in college, the way they get treated in high school, that we start putting our hands down and then we start feeling like we got to have all of this shit in a row before we even put ourselves out there because we're so used to people overlooking us and looking for every man in the room before they look at us. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you a
And
question?
so that's what I'm saying. But to have a man say, get yourself out there. Stop, stop doubting yourself. It, for me, now there may be a feminist out there that want to kick me in my head right now, but at the point that I am right now and the point that I've been in my past, it has been very helpful to me to have men, when I talk about my self-doubts, to say, you this, you this, you this, you this, shut up and do it. Stop making excuses, move forward. And that's one of the benefits of having a man in my life. Even if he's not my man, he's just my friend. That's been very helpful to me. And without that, I do not think that book would be here. I had a friend push me to write that book for 6 years.
And before you say your statement,
I don't think that had anything to do with genders. I don't think that had anything to do with
Women
gender.
don't talk. Okay, women have never talked to me like that.
Because women are your biggest haters.
yeah.
Ooh.
We are our biggest haters. We are our biggest haters. But
Okay.
before we even get into like what you gotta say, I just want to say this. I really hate the agenda of like even the idea that we as women don't need men and men don't need women, because we literally need each other. We were literally made to coexist. So the whole idea of like, oh, women is this and oh, men is this. How about let's all take the time to understand each other and find a way to effectively communicate so we can even stop having these gender wars.
I mean, but what is the agenda though? Because how many women can really stand up and say, you know what, I know what men are.
But that's what I'm saying. But
But we can tell you several different type of women because y'all want to be heard. Y'all want to be seen.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, wait a minute.
Because right now,
Yeah.
you more
Look,
18
I
than,
hold it. I
than
stand
Daquan,
10 toes
but,
down.
man,
I'm
you
just
finna
saying.
cross
Like
that line.
we know. We know every type of woman, what she want, what she need, what she ain't getting. We know how she feels, where she want to go, and all that. But women can't ever have a simple conversation like, okay, do we really know our men?
They don't care.
Do we really know what they?
Don't care.
That's
And
what I
would agree
mean.
with that statement. The majority do not care.
Y'all
The
don't-
majority look at y'all as literal
Nothing.
providers.
Oh my
and
God.
protectors.
Not
And
even
that's it.
providers.
And that's what I said. And that's what I said earlier. Like, yeah, the
No,
women.
I understand the agenda.
No, I get it. I'm not disagreeing
No,
with you.
I'm saying I understand the agenda. From
But
the
so how do you think that affects the way we are? So, real quick, going back to something you said, and I know we're friends and stuff, so I kind of agrees with something you said, but I can't go against numbers, statistics. It is what it is. But what did I tell you earlier today?
You told me a lot of things earlier today, so I don't know exactly.
What did I tell you about how I look at you as far as what you do in a whole? That wasn't solicited.
Right.
That's something I needed you to understand how much I admire you.
Well,
and you asked me why. And I told you why. I think because I don't have numbers or anything to back it up.
Right.
Men do that shit all the time. You don't notice it. Or you get used to certain men or a certain group of men acquiescing and telling you things that you need to hear. Whether we think you need an ego boost, not an ego boost, a self-esteem boost, something to make you even more grand than what you already are. But that's easily forgotten. When along comes a man that doesn't do any of those things, that sticks out in your mind. And when that builds up and builds up and builds up, and then that becomes normal, what you think what men are. And I think there are certain men, there are certain behaviors that we have that get overlooked because the bad shit outweighs it. So that is my issue with the gender war. There are things that I've seen concerning the brick lady But outside of that are the perception that it hurts, not to be honest with you, that we don't protect our women. And y'all put this, now y'all, that message is put out. That message is put out that we don't protect our women, that we don't do this, that, and the third when it comes to the household, when there are plenty of men that do just that. And I have an issue with that. And so the perception of what black men are.
I mean, because we talking about a certain type of man. See, and that's
exactly.
the thing. Like,
exactly.
All the men that most, I'm not saying all, some but not all, the men that most women want ain't gonna do shit.
A damn thing. They say 80% of women
want one man.
They 80% of women.
80% of women want
the same
20% of men.
And they wonder why. And they wonder why.
Oh, I believe that, but also, okay, so you're talking about different things, okay? Now, this is the way I see men, okay?
Okay.
And I think that many women would agree with me. We say there's 3 categories of men. It's yes, hella yes, yes. Then there's no, and then there's maybe. Okay? So the yes man, that's the 20%. That's he's fine, he's got 6 figures, he's tall. That's yes. Right off the bat, yes. The no.
So that's not 20%.
No, but what I'm saying, when I
that's
say
2%.
I am,
actually,
but what I mean, I'm saying one of the other. Like, he's either fine. Okay, these are separate things.
No.
Fine, a fine man, that's way more than 2%.
No, we're talking about the 80% of women that have babies by the same.
Okay, but we're talking about generally he's fine, he's charismatic, he's got a mouthpiece on him, he knows how to speak to women, he knows how to speak in her ear. All right, so he's suave, he dresses well, he smells nice. So we're talking about all those physical characteristics.
You like theatrics.
He's tall.
Theatrics.
All right. Okay, but this is the 20%. This is what I'm saying. The yes man right off the bat is the 20%. All right, that fits that category. Now, the no right off the bat is the one that is like you see nothing attractive in this guy. You see, like, he looks like he crawled up out of his mama's basement, ain't brushed his hair in 5 days. You look at him and you want to spray Lysol on him or something. He's just disgusting, okay?
Dusty.
So, yeah, dusty to the extreme. So that's a no. The majority of the men fit into the maybe, okay? And the majority of the men, if they are nice and thoughtful and sweet, they move themselves up to a yes. If they are, helpful, if they are chivalrous, if they are gentlemen, they move themselves up to a yes. But see, so many men, it seems to me, you want to be in the yes category right off, and you don't understand that the woman, when she's talking to you,
work myself up to your
because
level?
You just are. That's period. It's the way it is. When the woman looks at you, I mean, okay, scientists will say biologically, okay, that women want the best seed for their offspring. That's what they say, that we are biologically programmed for that.
I don't think that's what it said.
That's muscles.
Strongest.
That's attractiveness.
Strongest.
That could be intelligence. Okay. Now, so it just biologically is the fact that the majority of men. So we're gonna say that 20%
Shout out to
is
all
the
the
yes.
Tyrones in the world. The
We're gonna
strongest
say
man.
that 70% is the maybe, and 10% is the absolutely hell no way in God's green earth will I ever deal with this. Okay. So that 10%, they gonna die virgins, okay? Unless
But he probably treat you better. He'll probably treat you better than Ed, man.
Hold on, Daquan,
Go.
Please. You just talked about this whole entire time how y'all putting men in these categories of where they fall in the red, when they find, he disgusting, he don't got this, he don't got that. But as soon as a man start doing that, it's like, whoa. She's a woman. She fit any category. She can get any
Right.
she want. I'm telling you.
Flip the coin.
That's really what women think. Women
first off,
really think they can get any man they want just because they're a woman. They deadass feel like they deserve the best, and they don't even bring nothing to the table. We bring to the table. You said we can't ask that, right? But you just literally sit there and broke it down. What category men are put in? The 20%, the bottom 20%, the middle percent, the hell no.
We
the hell
just
yes.
said I just said that 90% of men have a chance at women. Okay, 70% are in the maybe category.
Really?
70% are in the maybe category. 20% are in the yes category. Now, let's just go statistically. If you look at, they've done studies on dating sites, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dating sites are just basically physical. That picture that you have.
Right.
These stats say that 60%, when men swipe, they swipe yes on 60% of pictures. Women swipe yes on 5%.
Exactly.
So when we're talking about purely dating sites, when you're talking about looking at pure physicality, women are very selective physically.
Right. Man
But
is
that's
swiping
why
on.
I agree with that.
personality is so important for a man. Your humor. I can guarantee you there are men out there that have laughed a woman into bed. Okay?
Shout out.
Humor is big deal.
Both of y'all.
Okay? Humor, personality, that will move a man up from a maybe to a yes all day long.
Amen.
And you guys know this. You know, if you put on a nice outfit,
Right.
you put on some cologne, you get your hair done.
Had a
You
bike
know, if
clean.
you make her laugh,
Yeah.
you know that you acting like I'm saying something that you don't
ain't.
already know.
Preach, sister,
we know
preach,
that.
preach,
So,
sister.
I mean,
So don't act surprised. It is the way it is. You can scream about it, cry about it. The statistics are, okay, period, that 60% of women are going to be able to get the man that they want, even if it's just temporarily.
60?
Temporary.
I'm talking about
Temporarily.
based on dating sites.
Okay.
Based on
okay.
dating
My
sites.
bad. I was talking about
Dating sites. 60% of women are going to be able to get the man that they swipe on, okay, on dating sites. And only 5% of men are going to be able to get the woman that they swipe on. That's statistics.
That's fair.
That's true.
Okay.
Because we swiping smash and smash. We not even looking at personality. We just looking at what she look like.
There's not a lot of black women on those.
I know. I don't do dating sites.
You tell me.
Where y'all at? At work? Where y'all
okay.
at? Where y'all at?
They have a bunch of black dating websites. I mean, I went on 7 different dating websites.
Really? I didn't know that.
I would
that
never
really
try to
existed.
date nobody on no website. They ain't even.
I've attempted. I don't think it's for me.
I
think I'm probably.
That's weird.
I think
How you?
it doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel natural.
It doesn't feel natural.
Yeah,
I'd rather
true.
meet
I've
you.
met some really cool people. Like I said, almost everybody. I went on 147 dates in 7
Serial
years.
killer.
101 of them are in my memoir, and I met almost all of them either on Facebook, Tango, or a dating site. So yeah, I met a lot of people.
It's just
Dating
easier to
sites.
fuck your coworker. I just fuck with you.
Shout out to all the work wives.
No, but you know what bothers me about what you were getting kind of hyped. You guys know what I just said. You know it,
We
but
know
you
it.
don't like hearing
What
it.
part?
No, I'm fine
I
with
mean,
him.
I'm not
Hold on,
20%, so
Zin,
I'm
what
cool.
part? What
Like
part?
he was getting very
I
upset about women
no.
thinking that they.
I
I don't
want-
believe
No,
that
you
women
didn't
think
finish
that
your
they
thought.
can.
Did they what?
Wait.
He got very upset when he was holding the mic right here.
Huh?
All right, he was getting,
He was hyped.
I was hyped.
Upset.
He was getting hyped.
About
Okay. And he was saying, women think they can get any man they want. We don't think we can get any man we want. We just know that you guys are your preferences and your standards. Yeah,
What?
you're easier.
Well,
You're
I ain't gonna lie. I can't speak for other men. I'm the 20% for sure, and I'm not easy. You feel what I'm saying? Any woman can't just walk up on me and get in my space. That's for sure. For sure.
But in general,
But
men
in
are
general,
less. Men
Come
are
on
less.
now. What we talking about?
Men have
Okay,
lower
we're not talking
standards
about
than
us.
women.
Right now, she's talking about statistically.
Right.
Okay,
generally
men
Hold on.
have lower
Hold on.
standards than
Time
women
out.
statistically.
Because I got to correct. I was looking it up. Let me back it up.
Okay.
On the divorce side,
Mhm.
it's not over 50. First divorce comes up at 39. The next one, the average of 2023 is 39 to 42.
That's when y'all get y'all second win.
No. That's women. Women. See, you already jumping out there.
I know, exactly.
No. Women are. And this is why I'm going to say this. I want you to hear this real good. Kind of to your point. I heard you talking about it. I'm a divorced man, right? All 3 of my children, every shot they got, this guy took them. I worked a job I hated so my wife wouldn't. I did everything. AAU basketball games, all that, still to this day. To this day. Cut the yard, dog shots, all of that. Didn't say a word, right? And it wasn't because of thought you're supposed to do gender roles, this and that and the other. I didn't even think about it. But hold on. Let me finish. Because I heard three different things. Okay. We flip things between our perspective, and then I hear you say, our generation. Listen, water's been wet all over the world since the world been spinning. Once we take titles off everything works. The reason why, I heard the talk to friend thing, no, he ain't want the title of husband. He want the title of friend.
Or you peacock.
Yeah, but no. But hold on.
What do you mean by peacocks?
Peacock.
So it's the 3-shell Monty.
I want to know what it looked like and what it tastes
and then
like.
moved around. But I'm giving you me. I heard y'all talking about that. I'm 10.
Okay,
I'm,
so
wait. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Please.
Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm the guy who paid the mortgage. I paid all the bills. I did it all. Nobody, I didn't think nothing about, that's what a man's supposed to do, this with this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But yet I'm divorced.
Me too.
So it had nothing to do with
I'm gonna tell you
what a woman says.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you. My mistake was anything she wanted as a wife, I got her. But one thing I had to take responsibility for is the first thing that was important was my time.
He stole my fire.
I ain't had time to give her.
Because on one end,
Yeah.
I'm building here.
Yeah.
So that when you to your point, what do you bring to the table? Did you might want to ask that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's not a fact, because I don't go in a relationship asking a prerequisite of, well, no, you wasting my now. If I like you, I like you. Let's see where it goes. I'll take you. This is where people mess up. It's a difference when you're talking from a point of not being married, a point of being married, and a point of being divorced. I take you with your flaws. Do you take mine?
Right.
So here's the thing with women. Oh, he got this many kids. I can't do that.
You can't look at it like flaws. You got to look at it. It's a medication you need, and it comes with side effects.
I got you. But I'm using what's said. That's all I'm going on facts of what's said. This history of me. History of me. I'm not dating you because you got this many children. Okay. That's your loss. I'm 10-man harlots. I keep it moving. I'm going to be great. I am great. I am good. But at the end of the day, not only that, I coach the football teams. I take this kid and I do everything, all of that. Here's the problem, like what he was saying, what happens. There's a difference between a man and a male.
Right.
Okay.
I hear it because I kept hearing say, y'all, stop, take y'all out of it and put us.
Right.
Because what you're saying, a man does, a woman does equally. Let's just say it. Men cheat, women cheat. You do this, I do that. It's equal on both sides. We both make the mistakes. At the end of the day, is what I said in the beginning. Can you take all the prerequisites off and see the car for the car?
Right.
That's it. You check it out. I got to go on a date. No, you don't. Just relax and see. Don't work. So the other part, I'm gonna let you ask a question. I got plenty of friends that look good. The question is, if you want to smash them, you want to smash them before y'all was friends. Oh, okay. Well, my bad. Go ahead.
That's a good one.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, what you said? You said, what was the last thing you said?
Huh?
You said, what's the last thing you said? You friends?
No. I said I have a whole lot of female friends that are gorgeous. They can be, he'll tell you, butt naked in front of me. I'm like, man, put your motherfucking clothes on. Because I'm not attractive that way. I behold what you see it with your eye and you want it with your heart next. So it's like, I'm like, nah. I've been around a lot of females. I'm like, they can tell you. I'll call them. Son, though. They'll tell you, nah, not him. Not him. What you got, Ms. Ian?
All right, so I have a question for you. Now, something that I've heard a lot on social media is men will say, I was so shocked when my wife wanted a divorce. It just came out of nowhere. And there was a snippet on TikTok where this husband had come home to his wife and he said, my best friend's getting divorced and he says it just came out of nowhere. And the wife was like, she just started laughing and the husband was like, why are you laughing? And she was like, oh, I could have told you that was a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And he was like, what are you talking about? He was like, she's always talking about how unhappy she is. And she said, go back and ask him, did she always talk about how unhappy she was? Did she always say, hey, I wish we would do this? I really don't like that this is going on. I think these problems are happening in our relationship. And the husband went back and talked to his best friend. And he said, you know what he told me? He said, I thought it was a tolerable level of permanent unhappiness. And then there was a man that followed up that statement and said, this is a really key thing. And he said, in my circle, when I was growing up, if someone was talking to us guys and just talking to us, we didn't really pay any attention to it because if it was really important, they would either grab us and yell at us or they would get physically in our face. And because she just kept talking to us, we didn't think anything of it. It was just background noise. And she was like, is that how? And he went around and asked his friends and they all kind of agreed that if somebody wasn't even like almost super confrontational with them, that they just thought, oh, well, she's just nagging. She's just saying that. She says that all the time. All right. Nothing gonna happen from it. It ain't no big deal. So my question is this.
Let me clear it, because I'm waiting on a question. Yeah,
this could go to both of you guys.
Okay. I'm going to go first.
Do you believe that the 70% of divorces that women instigate, because that's the stat, that they could be avoided if more men would just listen and change or address the issue?
Can I answer?
Rather than ignoring it.
Can I answer? Okay, I'm going to go to the first part of the story. Social media and these dudes are talking, they full of shit. Let's just be clear. Okay. So, here's the thing. My daughter played ball. Mm-hmm. The coaches that yelled at her, that she got, really was getting into it, was going, made her play, were always male. Female coaches holler at her, it went different. So getting in your face, yelling, don't always do that. It's how it's approachable. Because if I scream at you, hey, motherfucker, but I'm not saying that. It looks like I'm saying it, but I'm saying good goddamn job. That's two different ways. It's the perception of it. Gotcha. So the flip side, though, what you're saying, here's the part, and the real part of the divorce side, when it's always women initiated, here's what you're not getting. I hate I divorced you. I didn't know what I was doing. I was told. I didn't know what it was like to struggle. I wanted to feel it. Oh, yeah. She wanted to struggle because I told you. I took the kids. I did this. 90% of the guys I know do this. And you know what? 99% of them got a divorce. This is my circle. I can name them. They can call you. They still do it today. Here's a divorce. I still picked them up. My mother had to tell my ex-wife, well, I'm a single parent. She was like, how? My son picks them up every day. They got more shoes in their closet than how? How is that? So that's the flip side of it, which I hear everything she's saying. The thing is that communication and listening goes both ways. What are you really, you telling me or asking me? Because I can't figure out both. It's not noise. I'm hearing everything you say. That's why I can remember everything you're saying. It's just sometimes women talk so much. You talking at me or to me? We got 3 children, and I'm not the fourth.
Okay, so she got divorced to feel struggle? That's what she.
A lot of women, here it is. A lot of women don't
especially with
know.
Moms.
It's like I think one of y'all said it. Sean said it. It's flaws. It's everything. It's something. Come baggage. All of that. The mental capacity of it. You still a person. One of y'all got to be more mature to be able to cope with it and help you unpack it. What I mean, hell, what we got. One of us got to, because now we brought children into this. And the last thing I want to do is the same thing my father did or his father did or his, you know what I mean? So now it's like, okay, now I got to set an example and try to break this. But I've seen this personally. 39, 40, 41. Offensive workout. I want to hang out more. Listen to different music. Okay, what younger dudes you talking to? And here's what was said by a lot of them. Well, I just felt I needed to be free. I didn't be free how? So can't have it both ways. Responsibilities or it's not responsibilities. This is not a reality TV show. Please, basketball wives and all the Atlanta housewives, that's not how real life goes. That's social media, that's TV. But
And then I'm gonna give you another example from
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
side.
Okay.
My side was I didn't know how to communicate. We got married when we was 23. I was young.
Yeah.
So all I did was follow my father's blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna do the same thing he did. My mama won't ask for something, my daddy went and got it. No matter how he went and got it, he got it done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I worked 12 hours, 4 days on, 4 days off, worked a part-time job, worked security on the side. I did whatever I needed to do to make sure I got a new car every 4 years, a roof overhead, you don't pay no bill over $100. When she was communicating to me, I was like, well, I'm giving you everything you want. I wasn't hearing her. But at the same time, she wasn't understanding the circumstances you put me in.
But don't you think that if you would have stopped doing those things too and gave her the other things, she would have been complaining about the thing you was off?
Exactly. So it's like a lose-lose situation.
That's why I want to ask the women too. Is like
it's like a lose-lose situation. So in that situation, like what I did was instead of when I got divorced, I spent 2 years to myself. I wouldn't bother nobody. So the first thing I did was, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I made the bag more important than her. So when I talk to my friends, the first thing I say is, don't make things more important than people at all. And that's the thing that we deal with more today, and that's why relationships don't even work for y'all for most of the time, because y'all appreciate that bag more than you appreciate that person. That's the first lesson I learned. The second lesson that I learned was how to communicate properly.
Those are powerful.
A lot of people don't even know how to communicate properly.
Yeah.
Or effectively.
Right.
That's why that's why my podcast even came forth, because I got with men and understood that here we're gonna share our feelings and I'm gonna teach you how to communicate that back to your wife or back to
But
your
see,
girlfriend.
he didn't call me on that.
so. I got a question.
You know,
Go ahead.
Cause it's like all right, cause women they want to be taken care of, they want to be put up, they don't want to do nothing, they want to sit on their feet. So it's how they feet kicked out. Some maybe not your generation, maybe not your generation, but I hear it a lot. I hear it a lot in my generation. We don't want to do that. They want to sit up, have their feet kicked up, and the man work right. So it's like if that's the case, then that means he's gonna be gone all the time. He gonna be working. He gonna be grinding. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna get things you want, but he always gonna be gone. And then next thing you gonna start doing is complaining about the time, not him not courting you, him not taking you out, him not being chivalrous because now he's tired. His brain is always thinking about working and making the bag, right? But then if he stops making the bag, he starts showing you more time, but don't have enough money to do the stuff that you want to do now. That's a problem. So it's like, where's the healthy medium?
Okay, I want to talk about the healthy medium.
Let me give my example of
Go
healthy
ahead,
medium,
go
and
ahead.
I'll let you get yours.
Okay.
The
Then
healthy
I'm
medium is women getting the bag too.
They don't want to spend
Okay,
it.
hold on.
They don't want
If
to spend
you
it.
want me to go to the Bahamas? Pay for it.
She don't want to spend
I'm
it.
taking care of everything else.
She not gonna spend
Just take
it.
me, baby, back my toothbrush in my bag and let's go. You should have me. This is why I say, this is why it goes back to what we was talking about earlier. A woman should see that already. She should already know that already. If she don't, is she really a woman?
They don't want to spend it. I'm telling you.
But let me say this.
They don't. Okay.
All right. From my perspective, if I were to go into another relationship or marriage, we would have to have a structure. Meaning we're gonna set up our schedule to where we have a date night every week. We have a getaway, let's say every 3. We're gonna have whatever's gonna work for us. It's going to have to be scheduled, And the reason why I say that is because you cannot leave these things to chance. If you left your oil change to chance, you're going to have an engine blow up on you.
Right.
You know, you have to take care of your relationship, with the same kind of regularity that you take care of other things that need maintenance. If you're not putting any maintenance into your relationship, it will blow up.
But
Just
women
like that
gonna want,
engine.
When you taking the
Now-
spontaneous out of it, and that's
No.
that's the first thing.
No,
women
see,
want.
look.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a great, anybody out there watching, there's a great little video. It's probably 5 to 7 minutes where Tony Robbins talks about the 6 needs that people have. Every human being has these 6 needs. Now, I can't tell you all of them, all right, but I can tell you 3 of them. First one is a need for certainty. We need to have certainty. We need to feel like this is something I can trust. This person is something I can trust. There's consistency in our relationship. But we also need spontaneity, variety. Right. Those 2 things have to be embedded in the relationship. And we also need to feel important or special or valued or seen. So those are 3 needs. There's 3 more. I can't think of the other 3.
Hold on, because I think there's 3 needs women want.
No, this is going back to all the way back to Socrates, Plato, and all kind of Maslow's hierarchy.
I had this talk with Miss Simone.
So
and I had to talk with Miss Simone, right? And we had a conversation. It was like you said like we gotta be there, right? When it comes to like taking care of each other and stuff like that. These women, I can't speak for your generation, but nowadays they do not want to do that. They don't care. They want to use the man.
I meant to ask you that earlier. Like, why do you think that is? Because here's the thing: I've heard 2-parent homes, this, that, and the other. Nobody learned from nothing, or is it a learned behavior, or is it emotional blackmail?
I think they so conditioned.
Because hold on, wait.
Where it started,
I know where you going. We talked about this.
You want to hit a young?
But I mean, I wanted to ask.
You go, and then I'm gonna go.
Hold on, because y'all was dominating it the first half. It was in that quarter. My man was trying to come in there and y'all get out. Watch out, I got this. Yeah, I saw it. He almost.
I'm fighting for my life over here.
Yeah, he was struggling. But no, I meant to ask that, like, why it's real, because both of you all said that same thing. Yeah. Like, in our generation, so there, take love out of it, I guess? It's no relationship?
Man, it's too much TV,
man. Honestly, seriously, like, being a woman and, like, understanding the difference in how women my age are raised. Like, you got to understand, like, a lot of stuff that we do is a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? From our mother.
It's not really your.
Wait,
I'm gonna tell you why though.
Hold on. She just said they made clothes.
Hold on,
no.
No. Wait. What was said?
I know. I got you. But she said learn behavior. She said learn behavior. So.
No. You really own something. I'm gonna tell you why you really own something. Because I'm 44. So I'm like right in between. I got to see the clothes, and I grew up on a farm, and I got shipped to the country. Shout out to my people in Ville Platte, Louisiana, and all that stuff, right? So
slap your mama.
Yeah, already. So, the thing is, like, you have these mothers that be like, "Baby, go to school, get your own," but she's saying that because she didn't have the opportunity to do it.
Right.
Not saying that she ain't need papa.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's where it got messed up, because they thought they didn't need papa. No, she's saying she didn't have the opportunity.
So you go and do that too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it got lost in translation.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you don't need no man. Papa was needed.
And it's to that point where you had said earlier. No, he got to get it.
And I don't want to forget your question either. I want to still.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah. The idea back then is that Papa was needed.
Mm-hmm.
And the impression that we're getting now from rhetoric, or whether it's real or not, and I'm starting to understand that a lot of stuff that we see on the internet is not necessarily real.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a big chunk of people that will say things on the internet that they won't say in real life, and that's actually how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, there's a deficit in the mentality or the mental health of black men that we are starting to feel that we are not wanted, that we are not.
Man,
That's true.
And there are things that black women say that reinforce that. That's why I brought up the brick lady. That's why I brought up bullet bags and how we don't protect y'all when we protect y'all all the time.
And somewhat
Even if
scared
it's
to
us
approach women.
just telling you how to behave in public, we're protecting you. We're not telling you how. We're not.
So who are you protecting us from?
I'm gonna give you an example. I'll tell you.
Let me say this. There was a great speech, and it's a 30-second speech by this this African politician, and he says, "Stop saying that men need to be protectors, and stop being men that attack women. If you stop attacking women, they won't need protectors."
There is a minority of men that do that, and 9 times out of 10, we are there to break it up. It's the when we don't. Like
I wouldn't say it's as small of a minority as you
I
think
just
it
told,
is.
I said earlier in the podcast.
It's not what being amplified.
I've only seen it.
It's not what being amplified.
Hold on. Let me clear something up. I want to get back to that question. All right, earlier when you was talking about when, my grandmother did all that. Here's the thing. When that man was working, they never came and shot women. They came and shot the man first. So he was always, just because you thought he was chilling, Dad was chilling. When they came during that time, 40s, 50s, they came to shoot the black man, the black dad.
Pressure.
They didn't shoot mama. They shot dad.
Most of the time,
And
there were women that
yeah,
got
there
hung
were,
up and lynched, and
but
children too.
90%
Yeah.
men. Hold on.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm saying on that part,
I agree.
they got lynched,
But
they
women
got shot.
were more likely sexually assaulted.
Yeah, but it's hold on.
So that's
But hold on. But that's how I was trying to balance it out.
It's always who had it worse. It's
Mm-hmm.
always.
It shouldn't be that.
But listen, I know it shouldn't be like.
But the tires getting worse on the car than the rest of
Wait,
them.
no, hold on.
It's a part of the car, ain't it?
Nah, you cooked earlier. You had barbecue sauce and all that. Tony Sassery's. Hold on.
I was like,
Hey, and
can I get some
let me get to some of his point. When he was talking about protecting,
He was cooking.
here's a protecting part. And this is where a few women have done this wrong. In the mall, we're walking. Men can see other men bullshit quicker than y'all.
okay.
Danger, bullshit. Not, no, danger. Hey, go over there. What I need to go over there for?
Thank you.
Take your stupid ass over there.
Right.
But that's what I'm
Hold on. This the mall, this the club,
You don't trust
whatever.
my guidance.
Because now, 5 o'clock news says this right here. 4 shot, 3 women dead, 2 kids. Didn't I tell your stupid ass to go to the car? I saw this coming.
Right.
But you can't tell me, where you going back? We ain't got time to play Inspector Gadget.
We
This
ain't got
dude
time
is
to
shooting.
shoot
That
nuts
goes
a
back
big.
to what
But hold on. I got you.
learned behavior.
No.
Hey, listen.
No. Why they not listening? See, my daughter listen.
Mm.
Daddy said go to
Instilled in
Oh, no.
K. Kirkley said,
No,
"Duh."
because daddy don't act like this
Mm-mm.
unless it's an imminent danger. Wife, mom, I'm going to need you to get on board.
Mm-hmm.
That's I want to do what I want to do. So when I'm trying to
That right there
when I'm trying to protect you, that's the protection. Half the protection is foresight. Hey, no, he knows this. They deal
My
security.
daughters know the difference between dad and father. They be like, "Oh, I'm finna get the father's speech," and they know the difference. Dad
But-
is fun.
Yeah.
Father is discipline.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But I got to get back to this question
Go
that
ahead.
they ain't answered.
I'll go here with you.
I need that. I mean, he remember, say it. Go ahead, repeat
The question is pretty much, why is it just transactional?
Why
Why?
did- Why did it change? Like what? Because they were saying about the bag. It's like
Okay.
this. It's like
It's always been transactional.
no, but
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we talking
but
about
what
now.
I'm saying now, but now it's like they don't care about nothing but you spend that bag on them. You feel
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
what because houses was $36,000 at one point in time, and now they $300,000 now.
Yeah.
So the transaction just inflated.
So no.
No, my
Wait.
grandmother
So,
didn't care. That's what I'm saying.
So
Now that seemed to be the only thing, and that's why I wanted to ask them because I see it.
So this the problem. This the problem that I'm having. Well, not having, but I don't like about our generation, right? Is that like
I want you to answer too.
women
Don't
feel
want you
like
to cook.
women, and I ain't gonna say all women, right? But majority of our generation feel like they understand it's not easy. Money is not easy to come by, depending on what your situation is, right? For them, but the same thing for the man, and they feel like they're supposed to spend the man bag, and that's it, and not supposed to contribute anything. If we go on 5 dates, I know y'all generation y'all pay for all dates, but it ain't like that in our generation. If we go on 5 dates, you ain't gonna goddamn say, baby, take you on one. In the climate we in now, where rent everywhere we go is $1,700-$1,800 for a 1-bedroom, and baby, you paying that too. You find what I'm saying? So you understand how hard it is, and you got a good job. I got a good job too, but we barely making it. And you think I'm supposed to take all my bread, every dollar that I make, and take you out to make you feel good, but you can't do it for me not once
And leave.
and leave when you get mad.
Because he
Get the
stayed
bread,
with his
get
baby mama
the and leave.
and
Yeah,
sell dope.
or you got the drug dealer scammer that can do it on a regular
Yeah, on a
basis.
regular.
But he going to jail soon.
So
he ain't gonna be around.
You being compared to him though.
Man, and it's hard.
Okay, I need her other side because y'all answered it.
What is the question?
What
You not listening to what I was saying.
Like no, because like
So transactional?
yeah, it was. I asked a question because I heard, and I was just wanting to know because I asked a lot of my daughter, nephew, like, why you think that way?
That's so selfish. Is what that's the question.
You know what I mean? Why? About the bag, about this, about that. That's all I hear is money, 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 money. I'm
I
like,
just bought a bag the other day.
yeah, I'm going.
Honestly, though, like if I can talk like for the masses, what I see in like regards to the majority of women being lost, it's really just like the influence of like social media and their favorite influencers and the music. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree.
You saying that women are out here to see if
I
they can
agree.
pull it? I'm just gonna.
I'm not. Hold on.
No, I really want to address this.
Go ahead,
because
go ahead.
I really want you to understand that most of these women have never experienced the stuff that they're asking men for. I really want men to understand that most.
Look, come on the camera. Come on the camera.
No. Before you go, I want to say one part.
Hit it again.
Hold on, wait. I got to give you. I'm gonna give you a side point. Hold on, Sugar Bear.
We the fools then.
No.
At the end of the day, and we at the
Sugar
end
Bear,
of the day, we
hold
the
on.
fools.
No.
Let me talk about it. I really want men to understand that most of these women be trying their hand. Why? Because they're following the Aries and the Jaders and the Aries and the Jaders and the rappers and they're watching these music videos and and they listening to City Girls and and they saying fuck that nigga, get his bag.
Turn my head
I
around.
got you.
Most of these women have not even been to these restaurants by themselves.
So fellas, I'm looking at this camera.
Wait.
over here.
Can I say something first?
He said, "Come it up."
I gotta say something.
Wait. Let me cook. Start pulling these girls' cars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them to pull their EBT out and cook.
Hold on.
But no. Let me finish that statement. Start pulling these women cars. Oh, babe.
I agree with you.
Where you been?
I agree with you.
Where you been? Like domestic? And
Yeah. Let me see that passport.
Now,
You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Let's start there.
No, wait a minute. I gotta.
No, because y'all really have to understand.
No. I'm gonna say this one part. I'm gonna give it to you. It ain't women because I told you. It's a difference between a man and a male because
Right.
these dudes don't even know how to spit the blah 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 to a chick.
Blah blah.
That's true.
Y'all saw the movie Wood. That was real. Do you know how to court? Do you know how to talk to her?
Yeah.
Do you know how to when she? So if she want the bag, then you check yourself out of that category. That was your thing. But that's what. So I'm saying I'm agreeing with you when you saying women. It's girls and boys do the same thing in y'all generation. That's what I see. Whine and bitch about everything. I'm like, my man, hold on. You can't play ball and have free classes and then go tell. So this man here then damn near broke his leg, can't walk, but you putting him, stop. Why y'all telling? Why? I shot him. Why are you telling? You can't do that. You can't do these rules and regulations and expectations, but I'm supposed to treat you.
Hey, but they couldn't grow up in our time because we ain't had no guns.
No, we had
You had to
slingshot.
fight.
You had
But
to go and get your swing
I can't
on.
put money up to my ear. Hey, my man,
I got to tell you how to do this on the street. Put that money up. Man, he robbed me. Yeah, I robbed you too.
Right.
Because we know what you got. So what I'm saying, to your point, it's not just the ladies. You got some dudes out here, these young cats. I'm like,
But I
already
wanted
know
to
what I
speak
was
on what
addressing
she was saying.
no, I just wanted to get a balance. Like, I get what
So-
you're saying.
You're
I agree
very
with you.
right about
Yeah.
some of these women want to floss because they want to show it off. But men want the same thing too.
Exactly.
A man, there are many men, all they really want is to show how high of a bad bitch they can pull.
Man, hell no.
And that's gonna
I don't give a
No,
damn.
no,
I don't give a damn about that.
No, wait a
Man,
minute.
I don't give a damn about
wait,
that.
let me
Man, I
talk.
don't give
Let
a
me
damn
talk.
about that. I don't give a damn.
There are different caliber of
Real
men.
quick, I don't have a mic, so I'm not gonna be.
Okay, there are different caliber of men.
Quick question.
There are some men who want a
Why
quality woman,
Do you
and
want
there are
to
some.
compare yourself with what a man does when a
No.
woman
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the same thing that a woman is doing to see if she can pull the bag. A man is doing to see if he can pull a certain caliber of woman.
I got a question.
Because
for
when
you.
he walks around with her, there are men that will look at him and say, he must have
wanna have just
money.
the-
He must have the game to spit to her.
I got
He
a
must
question
have
for
a
you,
big
though.
package. He must have this because look at who is on his shoulder.
No,
And there are some men, let me just finish. There are some men that don't need that because they're confident in themselves and they want a quality woman on their arm.
Hello.
And there are other men who want to appear to
I'ma
have
correct you
everything
again.
because of the woman that they have
Men,
next
male.
to them.
No, there's men and male.
Okay.
Men and male. See, we got to make that
So,
distinction.
No, okay, we can make that distinction, but I need
Nah,
y'all to
we gotta be
also-
honest.
So there
gotta
are
be
some.
honest.
Let me
We
just
gotta be
finish.
honest.
There
We
are
gotta be
some
honest.
men that do not care that she's a gold digger.
We gotta be
because
honest.
she makes him look better in the eyes of
I've
other
never
people.
met them.
But let me tell y'all
Okay.
something. Can I tell
I've
y'all
never
something?
like him.
I've
Listen,
never
those
met
are
them.
Very few of men out here, though. I need y'all to really understand. Like,
Nope.
there's-
You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, I'm
No.
not.
You're
Mama,
wrong.
let me ask the question first.
You're wrong.
Here's the question.
I'm
Here's
gonna
the
prove
question.
it. No, I'm gonna
Here's the
prove
question.
it. I'm gonna prove
I'm
it.
not gonna address that. I'm not gonna address you. I'm gonna ask the fellas, and I need y'all to be honest.
Okay.
Do y'all think that we would do any of the shit we do if it wasn't gonna catch the women?
Oh,
No.
please. Oh,
But I ain't
please,
gonna look.
yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you though, because I feel like I'm the exception. Like I really, this whole dating, this
We've
whole,
all done it.
and this whole girlfriend. Wait, wait.
We've all done
You asked
it.
the question, right? You asked
That's
the
why
question,
we
right?
were
I'm
these.
trying to give you an answer. I'm trying to give you an answer. I'm trying to give you an answer. I don't really feel like I have to be involved in any of this, to be honest with you.
You said what?
I said that's what we were these. Go ahead. No, he over here. That's him.
Now I'm gonna get on the women. I think stripper culture has changed the woman so much because at one point in time you could tell the hoe from the housewife. Now you can't. They all look alike. I mean,
Well,
they all look alike.
I will.
I want some of y'all too.
I can.
agree.
No,
agree
seriously.
that stripper culture has changed a lot of things, but I think also what stripper culture has done. Let's say that I am a good girl. We're just gonna I'm a good girl. I don't hang around. I don't go to the strip clubs. I don't dress certain ways. But I got a circle of friends, and in that circle of friends, there's a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to come back to this circle and she's going to say, you know what? All these guys that you think are so good, this is what they be doing in the strip club. They be doing this. They be doing that. So you have this good girl who isn't about none of this. She hasn't ever put herself out there or made herself look like an object, objectified herself. But she's seeing this stripper. She done paid off her college tuition one day dancing.
They
You know what I'm saying?
They winning.
And then
Now you out
this
here
girl
getting a tummy
who
tuck in
is
the
fully
BBL.
dressed, looking like a librarian, she can't get a guy to take her to Red Lobster.
Can I respond?
Shout out
You
to
know what I mean?
librarians and teachers. I love
Can I
them.
respond?
I bring
Okay.
them
What I'm
all.
saying is, so you have these girls that feel that here are men saying, oh, I hate all these women. They got this weave. They got these lashes. They got all this, that, and the other. That nothing on them is real. They got all this makeup on.
And they like
But
every
then, yeah, they're liking
But we
every
like
picture.
the
But
picture don't mean
also,
we love it,
no.
Hold on.
But
I got
also, men throwing their whole
I'm-
paycheck. throwing that
But
whole
we
paycheck
love
and the
real
woman
women.
they say
Yeah,
they
we
love
don't
real
want.
women, though.
Can
And the woman
can I
that
respond?
They say they want.
'Cause I ain't gonna cook.
Let me finish
I'm gonna
my
smoke
thought.
some meat. I ain't cooking no
The
more.
woman
We
that
finna
they
go to the
say
barbecue
that
pit.
They want.
Put that bitch to
The
smoke.
woman who's just naturally beautiful, the woman that's covered up,
Talk to
she
me.
can't even get a call.
Yes, she
She
can. Why
can't
she
even
can't?
get a tip. No, I'm just saying because that's the
Can
way
I
it happens a lot
can
of
I
times.
respond to your point? That's the same story. Grew up in the hood. Dope dealers everywhere.
Right.
The nice guy.
They driving. Okay, what's the difference? There is no difference. You choose what you choose. You like what you
Right.
like. So no, that doesn't work at all. We say that. That's cool. To elaborate on your point, when you said, "What's the difference? The housewife, you can't tell."
Come on, we still confused about who the hoe, who the housewife.
I know, but no. She said elaborate.
Yeah.
I said I can. When your eyelashes match your hair and your Air Max, that's stripper culture.
Your Air Max?
Right.
Yeah. You know
V-Max
that.
at that.
The rainbow colored 97,
No, I understand what Air Max are, but I'm saying.
but the rainbow colored 97s and the eyelashes and the hair matching.
Wait a minute. I ain't wearing no J's today. Shout out to Harley. Shout out to Harley Davis.
Oh yeah. But what I'm saying, you said elaborate. Before it wasn't really like that. The lashes are cool. Nobody's tripping. Nobody's tripping about the weave. It happens. Men like what we like. Dudes like Lamborghinis. The other cat like a 74 Cutlass. What's the difference? Okay, you like what you like. That's your preference.
There's 74
But-
colors of that.
But you're not supposed to tell me what I like.
Right.
So hold on. There's a problem what women get, and you agree with that. I need you to go, man.
Even the cook.
Here we go.
You see that girl on such and such on the ground, that's what you like. I never said that's what I like. You saw that Birkin bag, you couldn't even spell Birkin 10 years ago. But all of a sudden,
my pearls.
all of a but hold on, no. I'm for real though. So how you gonna tell me what I like? It's not real. It's a picture. I go to the museum, I see $1 million worth of artwork. I'm not buying of it, I just like it. That's why I get a copy if I want it. But nobody is like, I just gotta have that. Man, she got a BBL. I didn't know what that shit was. I don't care. Nobody, I think sometimes women just throw that on a man and like, that's what he wants. You're wrong. You see you and your girlfriends in the bitter bitch moment drinking wine agreeing with each other on that. That's not me saying that. I was cool. I was all right with the Mary J. braids, but
Right.
you said no.
I was all right with the little booty with the collar.
We was good. We was good.
with that.
Poking that thing out. But it wasn't no issue. So what I'm saying, a lot of times, and it goes back to your point, what you were saying, social media, whatever. When we gonna just start saying that social media is not real?
Not really.
That's all I'm saying, though. Like,
That's why I'm
people
getting
don't
it back
be
in y'all
saying that
corner.
in real life, though. Like, no, but it goes back to
But
our-
So you
why?
saying the
Hold
people
on.
not
I
okay
don't
with
know why
themselves?
the masses.
Because at first you said, remember she said that's what you emulating, that's what's a learned behavior.
No, I was talking about the idea of like in your household. Like I was talking about the idea of like a lot of these women. I think it needs to be talked about like the root of like why they move, how they move.
Delusional.
Okay, cut social media aside. Let's talk about what they see in their household as far as their moms. They living in households with their moms, they single mothers, and they seeing dudes in and out their house. In and out their house.
What
in
about
and
the
out their house.
preacher? What about your preacher daughter? Because she the worst one, and she got both of them in there.
What
So I can't always.
It's a rebellion, though.
No, I can't always say that. Because when you become 7, you know the difference between right and wrong. You make your own choices.
Right.
So we can't all, that's almost like a cop-out on excuse.
I mean,
Mama was a hoe, I'm going to be a hoe?
No, it's not even. No, I'm not saying like, oh, my mom was a hoe, I'm gonna be a hoe. What I'm saying is that's a learned behavior as far as what's normal.
It's a learned behavior to play victim.
Because you know what's
what it
right.
is.
You know what's right from wrong.
Say what it is. Playing victim is okay.
And we
Let me
gotta
just
stop
play like
preaching
I
that.
don't
We
know.
gotta stop preaching that.
That's my
I
point.
also
We
think
have to
that the
stop preaching
pendulum
that.
swings. Okay.
Because only
so for
women
example,
pacify that shit.
but I think the pendulum swings. So if you're over here as a young girl and you see the kind of household that I talked about where mom comes home, mom works all the time, and dad's sitting there chilling. You know, there was a little video, we talking about social media ain't real, but this was cute. So Pawpaw is sitting in his chair and the little girl comes in. She looks like she about 6 or 7. And Pawpaw says, hey, I heard you had something to say about me. What you had to say? And the little girl says, I don't know what do you mean? And he said, you said something like you thought I needed to get up and do more work. And she was like, well, Grandma's in there cooking dinner. Grandma was working all day, and you just been sitting here on your computer. Why you always on your computer? And he was like, because I can, because it's my computer. And she said, this is what the little girl said. Grandma needs to get a new husband.
Okay, let me tell you something. Hold on.
Won't the male jobs way more? Like they had a lot more labor they had to do back in the day too.
Hold on.
But the point
Hold on. Wait a minute.
No, but what I'm saying now, you could say that little girl is completely out of line, but that little girl has in her mind at 7 years old that her grandmother shouldn't be in there working all day, and this man is sitting on his butt all day.
Hold on.
That's true. She probably heard her grandmother complaining.
Let me let you pause.
About him sitting there.
So
all day.
it was a one-sided beat.
Wait a minute. Shout out to the women that cook.
Thank you, like,
because I look at women that cook like strippers. So I like to throw money, like, because I think it's important. You know what I'm saying? I think it's important for her that moo on.
Hey, you gonna stop doing these shout outs and get to your point. Now.
I think it's really
No more
important
shout outs. Get to your point. Get to your point, man.
Spin that gravy in there. I like the way everything moving in there. Shout out to the women that cook. That's all
High cholesterol, diabetes.
But what I was trying to say is, if you saw that as a granddaughter,
that was a one-side beat.
You gonna swing that pendulum from grandma doing everything to I ain't doing shit for
a man. Wait. Like you said, though,
it's funny.
That's a one-side beat.
If he would have showed the importance of grandma in there cooking, the granddaughter would have seen it totally different.
And it's a one-side beat because also they didn't show the manual labor job that he had to do all day and break his back for.
Do they care about that?
They don't care about that.
First of all, they ain't got to show shit. Look, girl, stay in your damn place. First of all,
I'm not saying
you don't know what. What I'm
saying
is,
giving you a scenario.
I got it.
I'm giving you a scenario.
I got it. That's like dad talking about his mama not doing whatever she need to cook and clean and do all that. Yeah, I get it. But at the end of the day,
but I get what you're saying. But like I was saying,
I know it's one side.
It's a one-side beat. So it's just like if my dad telling me, man, I did all that. My man did shit. I'm like, my mom, like, what the hell you did?
But it's supposed to be one-sided because it's on social media.
Show the importance. Show her how important it is in what she's doing. You wouldn't even hear this conversation wouldn't even be had if you would just say, I appreciate.
Right.
You know,
right.
Like you having a back and forth. This is why I say communication is the key to a healthy relationship. But a lot of women don't know how to communicate, they know how to talk.
We do.
A lot of people know how to don't know how to communicate, they don't know how to talk.
Mm-hmm.
See,
baby,
men think
the hell out this goddamn chicken. This is delicious. Thank you.
Y'all live longer than
yeah.
I just want to say that.
Here's a prime example. In a divorce, a kid gonna choose which parent they like more. Yeah. Over the influence of.
But how many men sacrifice?
I'm just.
How many men sacrifice that though?
No, I got that. We
lot of men sacrifice
we strength all that, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, why even do that to the kid?
That's why men sacrifice, because they not trying to do that to the kid.
No,
I would never want you to
why,
say
man?
anything
I know, but I know men and women that do it.
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
I've seen that my whole life. I've seen that my whole life coming up.
Yeah, you gonna strengthen it. My man gonna strengthen that anyway.
The woman bashes the man to all the kids, but the man don't do the same thing.
We not.
Okay, here's a prime example.
I want all women don't bash men to the kids.
No, but
let's say that too.
Yeah,
but we gonna understand.
Now that's one thing I've seen definitely majority.
Here's the thing though, on both sides of this. Here's the thing. I tell young men all the time. You hear this from your point where you were saying in yours. Fuck my man. I can't. My old man. I can't stand this shit, man. He make me sick. Left my mom. I always tell him, how old are you? Oh, I'm 19. Couple of years, you got to go back and talk to your old man because you're going to need that side. You about to go through some things that mama ain't going to be able to get you through. And what you going to find out, Daddy wasn't. So now you just help push your thing back 7, 8, 10 years with your dad when all you had to do is what you said, have a conversation. That's it. So now, did you download this down into your children to do the same thing?
Okay, now I want to speak on this. As a woman that's been divorced twice and has 2 sons, Now, some of my audience might not like this. They might even unfollow me over this. I do not
Do what you
believe
do.
a woman can raise a man. I don't believe, even as the greatest
At a certain
single
age.
mother,
At a
right?
certain age.
She can raise a child.
Greatest single mother,
I don't think so either.
the greatest single mother in the world, because I'm sorry,
don't
I do
unfollow
not
her.
know.
Don't y'all
I do
unfollow
not
her.
know what testosterone running through a boy's brains and all his hormones going on is gonna make him do.
When me and my sons,
Right.
when me and my, I don't know if y'all can hear this.
Yeah, you can hear it.
When me and my son's mother, when me and my son's mother split up, I asked if I could have him, and she voluntarily gave it up, not because she didn't want him or anything like that. And I can't tell you what's in her mind, whether or not she felt like I would be better fit to raise a boy, but I just do want to acknowledge that there are instances where the mother will allow the father to raise it.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
what I'm just saying is,
Shout out to her.
there are, when a boy hits puberty, when a boy hits puberty, and as he's going, like you said, when he hits certain milestones, I can be his mother all day long, but I cannot understand what's going on in his male mind. And his male mind and the urges that he has are very different than what a woman goes through as she's maturing. And he's got to have a father, an uncle, a pastor, a coach, somebody.
I'm about to shoot a shot at you.
Some male
I know
person,
you're going.
not only to give him verbal guidance,
Yeah.
but sometimes there needs to be some physicality to that.
True.
There needs to be some physicality in that relationship that as a mother, I'm not going to be able to do. Because boys need to be, they have a recklessness and a wildness in them, in my opinion, that as a woman, I don't have that same,
Shoot a shot.
I say it like this:
I don't have that same chemical.
Mama threatened to kill you.
Yeah.
You know, Daddy gonna do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's
So,
like, I'm gonna
I
kill
will
you.
say this.
Ooh, I got a shot.
When we talk about, let me just say this real quick. I got one sentence. The biggest problem with women, black women, or any woman saying we don't need men is we have children to raise. And girls need their father, but boys definitely need their father.
I know where he going. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with. Hey, hold
Okay.
on.
I
I'm gonna
agree
agree with
with
him in
all that.
advance. Go ahead.
Okay. But if you pay attention to your son a little bit more, then you know how your man is. Because that boy becomes a man. And that man, you got to date and love, honor. So you got that's the thing. We don't pay attention to that. We just say, you in comparison of with a mother's love constantly when it comes down to kids. So when kids, I'm male or female, they're gonna look at how the mother loves them, and then they're gonna be like, how does daddy love compared to mother's love? And daddy love don't love like mother love, because at the end of the day, mother love is nurturing, caring, and everything. Daddy's love,
sometime to a fault.
yeah, to a fault. And daddy's love is, I'm gonna prepare you for this world you gotta enter. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna treat you bad, and you might not like it. And I'm preparing you for that. But you don't like the way that feels because I'm preparing you for war, and she's preparing you for love. So I'm gonna go over here where I can get nurtured. I can ask her to buy me a PlayStation, and she gonna buy it. I'm gonna ask. She gonna buy me the J's I want. Daddy, like, I gotta work for my J's, and Mama gonna just buy them.
Because can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women start treating their sons like boyfriends.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's toxic.
I was gonna go there.
That's
too.
toxic.
Yeah, I mean to the
Son
point.
husbands.
I mean to the point. It weakens him so much. Till he's confused, not about what he's supposed to be, just why am I even here? And that's when I see a lot of children start going down this suicide route.
Let me tell you how bad I seen it. You on TikTok filming in your car, your son driving like it's your man,
Yeah.
jamming some music that I don't even understand because I'm old. You know, I grew up. Shout out to the screw heads, screw, and I'm hearing. But I'm like, what is that? You know, I feel like my mother and father made me understand that. Like, I don't understand none of this music out here these days.
But you need to, man.
I need to.
Yeah, you need to, man. It's
No,
all
but
right.
see,
I can't even
that's
spell
toxic
that
because
fast.
at a certain point, the mother's strings need to be cut off, and the boy needs to grow up and become a man. All right, and he needs to be able to, in a sense, stand or fall. You know, there's a certain point. Any adult is gonna have to have the mother's strings cut. You know, the apron strings got to be cut. You got to become your own person.
But the
But
bad
for
part about it-
boys, to me, it's even more critical because if they don't develop their own sense of manhood, to me, they become dangerous.
No,
They
then she
become
got to deal with it.
And that
She has
goes
to
to that
deal with it.
minority you was talking about.
She has to deal with
That
it.
minority that be
Yeah. I mean, I agree. It's actually both ways, though, because I got it. Ooh, man.
Yeah, I got 2 girls.
Uh,
Girl, damn, for real.
okay. Okay. I'm going to put it to you honest. My daughter played ball and was a girl. If you get what I'm saying, right? With pressures of, and I didn't see that. I couldn't prepare her for that. Her mother couldn't prepare her for that, what she was encountering. I was like, glad you were a girl. She was like, well, Dad, without you talking to me correctly, like giving me, like what you were saying, I tell her, listen to the words, not the tone.
Mm-hmm.
I can only talk like a man. I'm sorry. I can't dumb it down or get weak like that. And then on the flip side, here's my son. Dad, I need to blah, blah, this, that, and the other. What do I do? I accidentally shaved off my mustache. Yeah, you like a little cue ball now. But you learn, why did you shave? Because I seen you shave. So I'm like, I didn't understand this for a long time. It's a balance with both because they really, they always saying, a son needs his father. That little girl do too real bad.
Because they watching.
Because they
watching you more than you.
What Chris say? My job is to keep her off the pole.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Please get off.